Black Picasso cleaning up the sport of boxing, speaking facts over the gossip. Haters all up in the comments. I ain't here to be liked, but smash that like and noti button. We don't sugarcoat nothing, just healthy boxing discussions. Thriller, painting these pictures oh so vivid. Applying Duke, Coach K, that straight full court pressure. Only God could judge me, so tell these chumps ducking smoke. Remember one thing that the boxing guys don't like, ugly. Shut out Big Fish and everybody that joins the panel. For all my new supporters, sub to the channel. Like Floyd say, it's easy work. That bait jab with that left hook send them straight to sleep. Experts, we the experts. We never sugarcoat. Tune in to Black Picasso. Sit back, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys hit that like or dislike button. Don't forget to put some motherfucking Coach K Duke full court pressure on that sub button if you're new to the channel, and be sure to ring that noti bell so you can be notified via email each and every time your boy Thriller, aka Ham Rothstein, aka the Black Picasso, because I paint these pictures so vividly with my words on the sport of boxing whenever I feel like it. And once again, fight fans, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Now, first things first, shout out to everybody that's live watching this live stream podcast on my YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my Facebook channel, my Twitch channel, and as always, my Twitter account channel. Make sure y'all drop something in the comment section and let me know who up in this bitch. And as always, please, please, please hit that like button when you pull up. So, Terence Bud Crawford is on my mind tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I wanted to take my time to do this show. I was scheduled to go live last night, but I wanted to digest everything that was said because the man had done 2 interviews. He over there doing his thing in the UK. You know, he's out there for the Amir Khan and the Kell Brook fight that's taking place tomorrow around, 12 o'clock my time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on ESPN+. But whatever the case may be, we are going to roll these 2 interview clips, and then, of course, I'm going to double back and give you guys my 2 cents on what was said from Terence Bud Crawford, the #1 pound-for-pound king in the sport of boxing, the best fighter in the sport of boxing, the #1 welterweight by far, and the shit ain't even close, right? But let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and share this screen. And once again, YouTube, I do not, and I repeat, do not own the rights to this content. This shit is for educational purposes only. Please don't flag my channel. Please, please, please. DJ Thriller, roll that clip. Let me move this shit. Let's run it.
I got to ask you, Terence, now that you are independent, you don't have a promoter at the moment, do you plan to take the Canelo route, which is sort of doing fight-by-fight basis with networks and different promoters, or do you want to, attach yourself with one specific promoter?
I don't know. Whatever makes sense for Terence Crawford's career, that's what, I'm looking forward to. But right now, I'm still exploring my options.
Okay. A lot of people were a bit disappointed when we heard that Errol Spence was going to be facing Ugas. Granted, it's a unification fight, so of course it's always great, but a lot of people still want to see you two. Now there really isn't anything holding you guys back, right? So what was your overall opinion, first of all, of it being made? And secondly, you had been independent, so the fight could potentially have been made, no?
Well, that fight, was already done before it really got out.
Okay.
So we already knew about that fight before, the media and everybody knew about it. So, it wasn't a surprise to us. We already knew what was going on.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so let's keep that in mind. You heard it from the horse's mouth right here himself, Terence Bud Crawford, the #1 pound-for-pound king in the sport of boxing. He clearly just said that him and his team already knew the fight between an Errol Spence and a Yordenis Ugas was already signed, sealed, and delivered. Roll that clip.
Who do you think wins that fight?
I think it's going to be a great fight. I think a lot of people are not giving Ugas, the credit that he rightfully deserves. And, they're going to be surprised. I still edge, Spence, in that fight. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if Ugas, pulled an upset.
How important is it for you in terms of your career, your legacy, to ensure that the fight between you and Errol Spence does happen?
Well, like I said, I want that fight. If it happens, it happens. I've been calling for it for years now. If it don't, it don't.
So you're okay if it never.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, once again, Terence Bud Crawford just said, and I quote, "I've been calling for this fight with Errol Spence for years." Let's also keep that bulletin point in mind. Roll that clip.
Happens because us fight fans aren't okay with that.
Well, the fight fans got to be the ones that push for it. You got to be the one that demand it. I did my part. I've done my part since being professional, like going through everybody that they put in front of me. I can't see what I can do different or anymore. If I can't get the Spence Ugas winner, I would love to get the Jamel and Castano winner.
Now let's double back. Now he just said, and I quote, "I would love to get the winner of Castano and Charlo if I cannot get the Errol Spence fight." But let's focus on what he said prior to that. Terence Bud Crawford just said the fight will happen if fight fans demand the fight. See, I don't agree with that because you have real and objective fight fans such as myself and such as the majority of the people that follow me in my channel. Shout out to all my subs. Drop some in the chat and let me know who up in this bitch. Make sure you hit that like button, right? Any objective and unbiased fight fan has been begging and clamoring and calling for the fight between Errol Spence and Terence Bud Crawford, the two top dogs in the welterweight division, now that Manny Pacquiao got retired by Yordenis Ugas, right? So we have all been calling for it. But I would have loved for Terence Bud Crawford to say, it's the fucking Errol sexuals that do not want to see the fight. It's the goddamn Errol sexuals that come on my page talking about purse splits and pay-per-view numbers and size of the street and oh, he need to take a back seat. He isn't a big enough draw. He hasn't been promoted right. Why did you re-sign with Top Rank in 2017 or in 2018, whatever the hell the year was, right? These are the type of shit that they bring up in order to put another obstacle and to put barriers in front of their guy and Terence Bud Crawford from squaring off against one another. So they are the ones that don't want this fight, Bud. But roll that clip.
That just got postponed.
Yeah, I seen it. But in all, I can have a fight and then, be understood at 154.
Right. Mac did say that he was thinking of maybe moving up.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you know what? I wish you all the best. I'd love to see what happens, in the near future. When can we expect that you will be back in the ring? Is there any?
Hopefully sometime in May.
Okay. Well, enjoy the UK. Have you been to Korea Mile yet?
No.
Okay, so I don't give a damn about none of that she's talking about right now. But shout out to her. That was an excellent interview. She asked some shit that I wanted to know. Shouts out to her. If y'all want to watch the full extended interview, go to Behind the Gloves YouTube channel and sub up to Michelle Joy Phelps. Shout out to her. Salute. Now, back to what I was saying. Terence Bud Crawford just made it abundantly clear that he would love to move up to face the winner between Charlo and Castano. And I just love the fact that this nigga ain't trying to take tune-ups. He ain't trying to, fight niggas that ain't got belts. No, he's going directly for the top guys in every single division he has ever stepped foot in. And we can't say the same about other niggas. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's a lot of guys out here that want to go the easier route. It's a lot of guys out here that'll call a nigga out. But when it's time to make the fight, they don't want to make the goddamn fight. But we can clearly see that Terence Bud Crawford is definitely cut from a different cloth. I mean, this nigga is old school. This nigga is a dog. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to the next interview. Now, this is the one that had me taken aback. I'm going to be honest with y'all. He said a lot of shit in this interview that I don't agree with, and I am going to break it down after I roll the clip. So if you guys want to watch this, pardon me, excuse me, I'm burping. This video, seconds out. Shout out to Radio Raheem. He's another phenomenal reporter that, get interviews with fighters and shit. And Terence Bud Crawford seemed pretty damn comfortable with talking to the guy. I mean, he's kind of opening up to this guy. So I just want y'all to listen to this shit and check out what Terence Bud Crawford had to say. And then I'm going to double back. But make sure y'all put some Coach K full court pressure on that like button. And then once I say what I got to say, of course, I'm going to go to the chat and then I'm going to drop the link for whoever want to come on and speak their piece, whether they agree or disagree, whatever the fuck I got to say. I really don't give a fuck. I'm still going to pop my shit anyway. But DJ E Thriller, roll that clip.
10 years, I won't even be in boxing no more. No.
So this being a big fight, like they say this fight could define either guy's...
Hold on, once again, YouTube, I do not own the rights to this material, okay? This is for educational purposes only. Roll that clip.
Career, after all they've done individually, how can you have the confidence that you won't end up in that same situation with Spence?
Because if it don't happen, then that's out of my control. I can look back at my career and say, look at what I've accomplished, in my career. I can't say the same, for him. He's been at welterweight division his whole career. I moved up, 2 divisions from 135, from 140, then conquered 147, so me personally, I wouldn't say that it did anything to my career, but at welterweight, I didn't get that fight at welterweight that I wanted. But all in all, my career has been great.
When you guys are in the same room, on camera together, there is a playful respect and it's definitely the tension that two fighters will have, but not spite like these two. It's not like there's some kind of deep-seated hatred or anything. Can you call Errol Spence and everybody's...
Did you know that you can make money from YouTube within the
Hold on,
next
y'all.
6
Let me
hours?
go ahead and run this ad. Hold on, y'all. Pardon with me. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's run.
can make fights, regardless of promoters and networks. Can you two have a one-on-one?
I did that.
What happened?
Listen, for whatever reason, the fight's not happening. It's not happening. But I do believe the fight, he wants to fight, and I've been wanting to fight. But I think the politics behind, closed doors is the reason why the fight never happened. When you got 2 black fighters, when you got us segregating from, you on top rank, we PBC, and this and that and that and this, everybody bringing up all these excuses instead of coming together, we want to tear each other down.
Now, let me pause it right there. Now, what Terence Bud Crawford is alluding to, he's talking about these other, pro PBC YouTube channels that basically make a living off shitting on Terence Bud Crawford for whatever reason. I think, in my personal opinion, is probably the fact of the matter that he don't give them niggas interviews. He don't give them niggas the time of day. So I think, ever since, Errol, he'll pop in and pop out and give them niggas little exclusives here and exclusives there. They're going to generally be biased towards Errol Spence. That's just from the outside looking in. I don't have any knowledge of this. I don't have any inside information. This is just my personal opinion. If somebody in the chat who is a fan of one of those channels want to come on and rock with me and state their opinion and give their take on the shit, feel free whenever I drop the link. But that's just my personal opinion. They are probably taken aback by the fact that Terence Bud Crawford, who is the best fighter in the world, they don't have access to the nigga. So they say, you know what? We can get access to Errol. So we going to prop Errol up by shitting on Terence Bud Crawford. That's my personal opinion. So he's basically talking about the divisiveness and how fans, Team Crawford or Team Spence, Team Spence always talking about the purse splits and shit. And, Team Crawford always talk about, well, shit, can y'all just keep the shit behind closed doors and make the fucking fight? We don't give a fuck what these niggas make, right? But let's roll this clip.
It's crazy, as a black race, for us to always want to tear each other down instead of build each other up. I think that's the only thing that's been basically preventing the fight, because I think if we all came together and said, all right, well, this is the fight we want, and we not supporting no other fight until y'all fight each other, then, that's what we get. instead of, oh, we don't need him, or he's the B side, or he's the A side, and take this money and take that money 60-40 and all that. That's just, stuff that never was even on the table. People just hear a narrative and then they'll run with it, and then they'll use they network channels to feed that to the people that really don't know boxing.
Basically, Terence Bud Crawford, translation, is saying that some of these fans and some of these fucking Errol sexuals and these pro Errol Spence / pro PBC, pardon me, fan channels spread lies and bullshits and try to tell Terence Crawford he ain't worth what he think he's worth and he should just take a back seat to Errol Spence and acting as if this nigga is such a fucking big star, like he's Canelo Alvarez, selling out arenas, doing 75,000 live gates and shit like that, doing 700 to 800,000 pay-per-views, right? I mean, these are the type of things that these YouTube channels do. These certain channels, these niggas pull this fuck shit all the time. But they swear up and down that they so pro-black. They swear up and down for their fucking black fighters, even though they shit on Terence Bud Crawford every day. Yeah, we're pro-black, but we're going to prop up Errol Spence to demean and diminish every single accomplishment that the great, and I repeat, the great Terence Crawford has accomplished at 135 and at 140 and at 147. These are the type of things that these niggas love to do. And they wonder why we haven't got the fight. And I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't think them niggas really want the fight, because at the end of the day, again, this is my personal opinion. I'm willing to stand on what the fuck I say 10 toes down. I think whenever the fight does happen, if and when it happens, the fight ain't even gonna be close. Y'all remember I said that shit. I said, and I repeat, if Errol Spence were to ever decide to get the balls to go up against a Terence Bud Crawford, I don't think the fight is going to be close. Now, of course, Terence Bud, man, I can break this shit down, but trust me, the fight ain't gonna be close. But let me roll this interview.
And then that's when you get the narrative, and that's when everybody starts saying this and saying that, and then you get Team Crawford, and you get Team Spence, and then you get his fans, and then you get my fans, and then everybody going against each other. Well, in reality, we should be on the same team. We're trying to make the fight happen.
I totally agree, Terence Bud Crawford. I have been preaching this shit time and time again. I got a 14-part series on this shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to help make this fight happen, man. I'm trying. But it's a lot of niggas out here that don't appreciate your boy E-Thriller, a.k.a. the Black Picasso's work, because they're only being biased and they're not being objective whenever it comes to an Errol Spence. And I just don't get it. I don't get why you niggas give this nigga a pass instead of saying, you know what, man? All right, you feel like you worth this. You feel like you can do the better numbers. Keep the shit behind closed doors, Errol, because you are the same nigga that said, and I quote, the quickest way for a fight not to be made is to negotiate in public. That's what you retweeted on your Twitter page coming from a fucking Leonard Ellaby. So why is it on God's green earth that every single time niggas are trying to ask you about a fight with Terence Crawford, you end up talking about numbers. You end up talking about splits. You end up talking about taking a back seat. Other side is, you know what? Let me finish rolling this. Hey, hold on, y'all. I got about 42 niggas up in this bitch with 31 likes. Can the other 11 people please hit the like button? Even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, please, please, pretty please, hit the goddamn like button. Roll that clip.
Have you ever had that conversation with Errol Spence?
Of course. Like I said, he's been eager to have the fight as well, but for some odd reason, they veered to do other things, and I believe the fight will happen. Like you said, he want to fight all those guys and then fight me last. That's the route that he want to do. I'm a straightforward guy. I want to go straight for the head. And that's just me.
That fight everybody and then fight you last, it sounds a lot like the Amir Khan route, which got us here 10 years late. Right. And now you have an opportunity that's unique. You're not committed to any promoter. You're one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world, if not the top. Nobody can argue that. So it seems like you have the leverage or power in the situation to create your own circumstances now. How can you use that power and leverage to create the circumstances that you want?
Well, just conversation. Conversation with these networks and with these promotional uh, teams that's promoting these individuals that I want to fight. It got to make sense for me in my career because a lot of promoters are not going to let you just come over there and beat their champion and then just walk away scot free. It's a business. At the end of the day, and I don't think being in that position, they will allow me to come over there and just take a title and just say, all right, this is my title. I can do whatever I want with it. I can go over here, over here, over here. So, it's a business and we'll see how everything plays out.
Well, you're talking like an independent fighter. You're talking like a Canelo type of approach where you don't sign with anybody.
You know, anything, independent or being, with the promotional company. It got to make sense.
What is it about a promotional company that they could bring to the table that says, okay, this is what Crawford is looking for? What makes the difference where you sign with somebody that they could say, we can offer this and this kind of relationship?
Well, that's something that we have to sit down and talk about,
And lastly, we don't know who your next opponent is. I don't know how much that plays into who your next promoter is or not, but we know that Spence is tied up.
Right.
So with that off the table, who do you have your sights set on to get the kind of fights and the kind of visibility that a champion of your stature deserves?
Well, there's a couple of names out there, we looking forward to seeing if we can potentially get a fight with. But, gotta wait and see.
All right, well, we've been waiting, and I hope we see soon. Radio Raheem with Bud, Terence Crawford.
All right, so that was basically the interview. Shout out to Radio Raheem once again. But let me address the elephant in the room. I got to holler at my favorite fighter, Terence Bud Crawford, for a quick second or two. Bud, you said Errol Spence was eager to make the fight, just like you are. So I'm trying to sit up here and figure out, are we supposed to act like you and your camp, Bo Mack, who is your fucking trainer / manager, along with Bernie the Boxer, shout out to him, who is your right-hand fucking man, haven't been calling Errol Spence a duck? I mean, are we really supposed to act like Errol Spence didn't tell Jeff Horn, and I quote, hey, let's unify right off the bat? He didn't make any excuses. He didn't have any stipulations before you moved up to 147 to kick Jeff Horn's ass for the WBO strap. So, I mean, like, are we really supposed to act like Errol didn't say, why not go the easier route and knock out Sean Porter to your fucking face whenever you two guys met up at the Maurice Hooker fight? I mean, am I supposed to forget all this shit happened? Am I supposed to forget that all of this shit happened? Somebody make this shit make sense to me in the chat. Because right now, Terence Bud Crawford, you're not making any sense. Because are we really supposed to sit up here and act like Errol didn't say, and I quote, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, or whatever, or whatever, pardon me, the fuck we decide to give him? Are we really supposed to act like Errol hadn't said this shit on multiple occasions? I mean, how soon do we forget Terence Bud Crawford? Yeah, I said it. Or what about when Errol asked, he was at the Danny Garcia fight right after the fight. He was asked about a potential fight with you. I mean, it's only the biggest fight in the sport of boxing that every fucking body want to see that's objective and unbiased. And what did Errol Spence say? I'm not worried about Terence Crawford. I'm more focused on riding my horses, feeding my cows, and chasing my pigs in my ranch and shit, right? So are we really supposed to act like Errol didn't say that shit? Or I do you one better, you Thriller, a.k.a. the Black Picasso. Are we supposed to really act like Canelo didn't wait 2 weeks after that to drive his ass down to San Antonio to a Canelo Alvarez fight where he was campaigning and pandering Canelo by saying, oh, well, I could move up to 160 pounds to fight Canelo instead of facing you, Terence Bud Crawford? So, I mean, I'm not getting the angle that you coming from, my brother. Like, I mean, make this shit make sense to me. Because you were saying one thing and now you're saying something totally different. I mean, I'm just trying to make sense of all of this shit. Somebody let me know if I'm tripping in the chat, but y'all know me, man. I am objective and I'm as real and unbiased as they come. I don't give a fuck if you're my favorite fighter. I don't give a fuck if you're Ryan Kardashian. Oops, I meant Garcia with his punk ass. A nigga I don't like. I have to be fair and objective no matter what. And right now, with Bud telling Radio Raheem that Errol Spence has been eager to make the goddamn fight, I totally disagree. Because what about when, how can we ever forget this shit, right? What about when Errol Spence ran out of the fucking arena after you did something that he swore up and down he was going to do to a Sean Showtime Porter? Because Errol didn't take that nigga to sleep experts, bud. You did. You took that nigga to sleep experts, right? You knocked out Sean Porter. You stopped Sean Porter. He only knocked him down, right? Which is what led to Errol Spence getting up and smirking, looking salty as shit. He didn't want to do no interviews after the fight. Didn't want to ask any questions about Terence Bud Crawford and shit like that and making the fight happen. You understand what I'm saying? The nigga skated up out of there and got ghosts like James St. Patrick. The nigga went missing for 2 to 3 weeks. I had a fucking bounty out on that nigga. Like, if anybody could find Errol Spence, I had a $10,000 gift card at Sleep Experts because Errol was missing. The nigga was gone. You understand what I'm saying? And then I'm trying to figure out, if that ain't enough, then why in the flying fuck did you go into the goddamn ocean? Whether you was playing or not, I thought the shit was hilarious. I loved it. I thought it was a great promotional tool. I'm glad that you did it. I'm not knocking you for it, but my nigga, it don't make any sense, especially when you just said that you already knew the fight with Ugas was already signed, sealed, and delivered in the other video. So, once again, we have to be fair and objective and unbiased because the shit ain't adding up, bud. But then you know what I said? I started thinking to myself, you know what? Terence Bud Crawford is a very shrewd operator. Hold on, y'all. Let me get some water. So I started saying to myself, like, why is Bud saying all this contradictory shit? But then I had to think to myself, Bud is a lot smarter than most niggas think, right? Because he's a very shrewd operator. Because we have to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, and shout out to everybody that's watching this video, hit that like button. But we have to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that Terence Bud Crawford has an ongoing lawsuit against his former promoter, Bob Arum, who runs Top Rank. And one of the bulletin points, or one of the fucking main staples in the goddamn lawsuit, according to what I read, was a breach of contract, and also the fact that he didn't get $900 and something thousand for Bob Arum promising him a fight with Errol Spence that was not delivered. That was one of the things that he's suing the nigga for, right? So we have to keep this in mind that Bud can't just come out and say, oh, Errol is ducking this and that and the third, right? Because, hold on, I got a burp, y'all. Excuse me. Pardon me, I just ate some chicken strips. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, he can't just come out and say, oh, Errol is ducking me like he's been saying in the past, because that would really fuck up his chances of winning that lawsuit against Bob Arum, in my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. I could be reaching, but I'm trying to make sense of all of this shit because it don't make any sense. And that's the most logical and unbiased thing that I can come up with, because I'm not going to ignore all the fucking facts that's been presented to me. Because you are talking to a nigga that has a 14-part series of cold, hard facts on here's proof that Errol Spence is ducking you, Terence Bud Crawford. So for you to double back and to try to cover Errol's ass, to me, in my personal opinion, is letting the nigga off the hook. Because you got all of these idiotic fanboy channels who don't really know shit about boxing. Only thing they know is about, getting pom-poms and putting their stockings on and their skirts and high heels, right? That's the only fucking thing they know. You gave these niggas the liberty to shit on you again because they're going to say, aha, see, I told you Errol wasn't ducking him. Bud said it was this. He said it was the promoters. It was the politics. Errol is eager to fight, yada, yada, yada. I'm not buying none of that shit. I don't give a fuck if Bud is my favorite fighter. I ain't got to agree with everything the niggas say. We men. The last time I checked, whenever I go to the restroom, right, I hold my own dick and balls. That's just me. I don't know about nobody else, but that's just me. But let me get to this comment section, man. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. I got about 48 people in here with 39 likes. Please hit the like button. Please, please, please. But let me start from the top. It may take a little time. Damn, my shit fucked up. Hold on, y'all. I got to refresh my shit, and then I'm going to come back in. Hold on, y'all. My comments froze. Hold on. Yo, can y'all hear me? Y'all let me know in the chat, man. I'm behind on the comments. I got about 111 comments. I'm not going to be able to get to all these motherfuckers, to be honest with y'all. So I'm going to read the comments, that makes a lot of sense. So once again, shout out to everybody in the comment section, man. And but yeah, I think Bud is using some sort of reverse psychology. Hell, I don't know, but I don't agree with none of that shit. Talking about Earl is eager for the fight. I don't agree with Bud taking this whole diplomatic approach and trying to, be nice and play nice with Earl. No, fuck that. You have to, with a nigga like Errol Spence, you have to embarrass him. You have to demean him. You have to be condescending. And you were on the right track with the whole fucking looking in the ocean shit. I love that shit because it embarrassed that nigga. I know it hurt to the core. I know it dug in his chest. But now you kind of, pumping the brakes and saying, you know what? Oh, we need to all come together, which I agree with that point. I feel like us as fight fans, whether we for Earl or Bud, we should all have one common goal in place, which is making a goddamn fight happen for the sport of boxing. We shouldn't be talking about purse splits. We shouldn't be talking about pay-per-view numbers. We shouldn't be talking about promotional companies. We shouldn't be talking about other sides of the streets and all this other dumb shit. We should be talking about what we think is going to happen in the fight, what happened after the fight, and what's going to happen in the rematch. Those are the things I'm more concerned about talking about. I don't give a fuck how much they make, me personally, because I'm not getting a crumb. I'm not getting a penny for me and my family. I got 2 sons and a wife. Them niggas ain't paying none of my bills. I just want to see the fight. But back to the comments I go, starting from the top. Shout out to my nigga Bleak, man. He said, Big Fish, you don't get no apology. He was ducking. He may not want the fight now, but he's been ducking. Facts. Big fucking facts. Shout out to my nigga Bleak, man. Sanctus said, bro, sit down. You don't know boxing. Who you talking to, bro? Shout out to you. Shout out to my nigga Ant Kid, man. And once again, I might be behind on the comments. Salute. Shout out to my boy Miles, man. He said Bud words was clear as daylight, LOL. Yet y'all try to break down his words, LOL. Well, this is coming from the same fucking fan base. Correct me if I'm wrong or not, y'all. But this is coming from the same fan base who love to try to decipher and turn into a philosopher whenever it came to Earl saying, oh, why not go the easier route and knock out Sean Porter? Y'all like to portray that shit as, oh, well, he really meant, oh, it's easier to make the fucking fight because they're with the PBC. No, nigga, Earl didn't say that. So if we go hold Bud to his words, then y'all niggas need to hold Earl to his words. And I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. But shout out to you. Shout out to my nigga Drizzy. He said it's the interviews and the fact that he's a threat to Spence. Facts. Big facts. Steven said, what about Bud's people disrespecting towards Spence? That's the BS I'm talking about. What do you mean? You talking about Bo Mac and Bernie? You talking about Bo Mac and Bernie? Now, we going to sit up here and act like Earl don't disrespect Bud? By, basically sunning this nigga in public, telling him what he going to take, telling him he got to take a back seat, even though he talking to a nigga who has done way more in the sport of boxing. Okay, Steven, so you do realize there's a certain way to say and do certain shit, right? Especially when you talking business with an alpha male. You understand that, right? You can't just come up to me and say, look, nigga, you going to take X, Y, and Z, and that's that. No, you got to come at me a certain way. You got to make the shit make sense. I ain't saying you got to kiss my ass and nothing like that, but you got to be respectful. But fuck all that. Like if Bo Mac them want to pop shit, I think it adds to the promotion. I think it adds to the what do you call it? The mystique of the fight. I think it adds to the fight. Me personally, I don't have a problem with niggas talking shit. I don't want to see the lovey-dovey and singing pleasantries and oh we cool, and I don't like all that shit. I like niggas that talk shit. That's just me. But salute. Let me see. Let me get somebody I ain't get. Shout out to my nigga D-Town Blaster, man. I see you in this bitch. Salute. Man, I'm pretty sure I done missed a bunch of comments, bro. So, shit, I apologize. But D-Town Blaster said, Danny Garcia, a top fighter. Who said that? Let me see. Shout out to my boy Hyphy, man. He said they're not pro-black. They just race baiters. I'm more pro-black than all these bozos combined. Salute. Good comment. Like I say, man, I know y'all think I be capping, but I only watch a handful of channels. I don't watch none of them niggas' channels, so I can't really tell you what they talking about and all that shit, but I do know they shit on Bud all the fucking time. I do know that. Shout out to Jamil. He said Bud is doing it strategically. If he says Spence has heart, then he forces Spence to prove it. That's another way to look at it. I didn't think about it that way, bro. I didn't think about that. Good comment. Bleak said, plus Bud ain't a star, but they get the most views and subs from dogging him out. Make it make sense. Facts. Big facts. Big facts. Let me see. Who haven't I got? Shout out to my boy Robert Navarro. He said, new to this channel, feel at home other than the Earl Court channels. I appreciate that, Mr. Robert. I appreciate you for subbing up and tapping in and putting some Coach K full court pressure on that sub button, bro. I really appreciate that. Hey, yo, make sure y'all hit that like button. I got 51 people in here with 46 likes. Can the other 5 people hit the like button? Pretty please. But back to the comments. I go, let's see. Mal said, bro, that should let you know that Errol versus Ugas was in discussion when the Porter fight was going on. Yeah, Bud just said that. I just touched up on that. That's exactly what he just said. I totally agree. That's facts. Let me see. Saint said, Steve, take what you want. Brother, that's on you. I'm stating fact. Okay, y'all just going back and forth. Shout out to y'all niggas getting it in, man. I like that shit. Let me see. Shout out to Hakeem. He said Morris Hooker fight. What fight? Where did they meet? I got a 14-part series, bro. All you got to do is go check out the videos. I'm not about to get into all that shit. I done said that shit about 1 million fucking times, bro. They met up. I think it was in Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken, as far as the state. But it was the Mo Hooker fight. I forgot who he was fighting. But yeah, that's when they met up when Bud had on the black hoodie and Bud. I mean not Bud, but Earl had on the red jumpsuit. Pardon me. But salute. Let me see. Shout out to my nigga Bo. He said they're strategically aging out Bud. They don't feel comfortable right now fighting him, which is why Earl has been making up these lame excuses over the years. That's another good way to look at it. Devontae said, I think Bud is using the Jedi mind trick, E3. He could be. I just said that, bro, because I think that would hinder, in my personal opinion, his chances of winning that lawsuit if he come out and say, oh, Earl is ducking. Then if he ducking, how the fuck could Bob make the fight with a nigga that's ducking? You understand what I'm saying? So, excuse me, pardon me. It is what it is. Shout out to Lester. He said, don't nobody from the PBC wants to fight Bud till they lose their belts. Facts. Look at Keith Thurman. That nigga went from saying, oh, give me 8 months and I'll fight Bud to now, oh, I want to fight the winner between Ugas and Earl. I mean, make that shit make sense. Make the shit make sense. It is what it is, man. Let me see. Shout out to my big bro, General Big Fish in the motherfucking building. He said, I got that Zataran's fish fry discount for the whole panel. What's popping, big bro? Let me see. Who haven't I got? Let me see. Shout out to my nigga Poetic. I see you in this bitch. Salute. D-Town, what's popping? Where you at, boy? Oh, shout out to Mr. Maceo Golden. He said E3 is all mind games. Yeah, you could be right. Okay, already there go my nigga go. All right, let me see. Who haven't I got? Drop the link. Y'all, I see you blink. Y'all already know I'm gonna drop the link, bro. I'm just trying to get through these comments because I'm behind, man. Let me see if I see somebody. Shout out to my nigga Herbie. I see you. What's popping? I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Salute. Let me see. Sanctus said, me too, E3. Bud needs to keep his foot on Earl's neck. Yeah, man, I ain't with that old, man. Fuck being nice. That nigga either gonna want to fight you or not, bro. Like, all that trying to be, oh, well, he won't, nah, nigga, he don't want to fight because you ain't been saying he want to fight. So don't switch it up now just because you, man, I said what I said, bro. I don't agree with what Bud said. That's just me personally. D-Town said, the PBC representative said, if the fighters want it, that it can be made. So if Bud says he thinks he wants to fight and the big wig says it can be made, you do the math, Fish. Good point. And then we got to keep in mind that Tim Smith just came out, what was it, a month ago, and basically said that he doesn't have enough money for Earl and Bud for that fight to happen. But these the same niggas who are turning around and offering Canelo Alvarez reportedly, allegedly, a 2-fight deal for $100 million to fight Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez. But y'all niggas ain't got no money for the fights that we really want to see, which is Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. You understand what I'm saying? But y'all got all this money for Canelo and all this other bullshit. It is what it is. Shout out to my nigga Clockwork. He said, I don't think Bud is trying to play nice. I think at this point, he's over with the frustration of calling him out. The expression on his face says it all. He's just tired of the BS. That's another good way to look at it, bro. I agree. It looked like he was over it, but it did look like he was really comfortable with talking about it. You know, any other time, Bud kind of seemed a little bit perturbed and, you know, a little cantankerous with talking about the fight because he's just ready to put hands and feet on that nigga. So, good point, bro. Good point. Let me see. Shout out to Jay Smith. I see you, man. Salute. Mr. Maceo said, how you think Ali got Sonny Liston fight by dogging his ass out? Yeah, man. Niggas used to pull up at each other fights, man, and follow niggas around and all that type of shit back in the day. But I'm a little too young to reap the benefits of that shit. So my era is this era, and it sucks. This shit is garbage. Hot dump truck juice. Bullshit. Bleak said, I want Bud to be front row at the Uga Sprints and just to get in the ring, that's public humiliation. But yeah, I made that point the other day on my nigga B-Mac channel. Make sure y'all go sub up to the Mac Mob. But he had to correct me and say, hey, that all sounds fine and dandy, but will the fans let the nigga in the ring? Because they ain't let the nigga in the ring the last time, bro. So even if he goes to the fight, will he be able to get in the fucking ring? It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Salute. Oh, shout out to my brother Nino on the go. He said, thrill of mine. What's popping, bro? Salute. Let me see. Oh, shout out to my boy Renew Sarders. I hope I'm saying your name right, bro. He said, new to the channel and love the whole squad. Earl, a duck. Hey, bro, I really appreciate that $2 super chat, bro. I really do. And if you're new to the channel, man, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I normally play this when I get a cash app or a super chat. Hold on, y'all, man. Salute to you. My nigga D-Town just hit me up via text. He said, y'all been sending me super chats, but I ain't getting them hoes, bro. I do not see them. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, bro. They be really fucking with my channel. So I apologize if y'all done send me a super chat and I haven't read it. Hey, man, it's out of my hands. I don't know what the fuck going on. Maybe Al Heyman and Earl and them fucking with my channel. I don't fucking know. It is what it is. Jay Smith said, Earl did what Bud did. Earl fans were sweeping under the rug like Earl walk on water. Good point. Let me see. But let me go ahead and drop this link, man. Shout out to T-Town. He said, my boy Black Picasso, at this point it's boxing. It's a circus, but I ain't buying no damn peanuts. Good point. Great point. I totally agree. I ain't buying shit. Unless it's a fight I want to see. And yeah, D-Town, I did that, bro. I refreshed my page twice. And my shit still not showing up, so I can't call it, bro. Shit be tripping. I don't know what's going on. Bo said the PBC and the NBC rule, no Bud Crawford. I like that. Salute. Hey, man, but let me go ahead and drop the link in the chat for somebody who want to come on and speak their piece on this situation. And yeah, man, if it's a big panel, as always, we got to keep the banner to a minimum. You got about 2 minutes to make your fucking point before I go to the next person. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to let everybody make their goddamn points. Oh, shout out to my nigga True Gritter. Hold on, man. It's still not. For that $4.99 super chat, he said, Bud and turned the whole boxing world upside down with only 2 interviews. Woo, 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 woo. Hey, bro, I really appreciate all your love and support, man. Shout out to my niggas in Nebraska, the 402. Salute. Yeah, man. Shout out to my nigga True Gritter, man. Salute. But let me try to go back up and see if I missed some comments. Hold on, y'all. And read these other super chats. Let me see. But the link is in the chat, y'all. The link is in the chat. Let me see. That nigga D-Town said, yeah, it's not going up, man. This is the first comment I got right here from Bleak. I don't know why that shit not showing, bro. It is what it is. But yeah, man, link in the chat. Make sure y'all smash that like button when you pull up. Please, 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 please. But yeah, man, let me scroll down. But yeah, my nigga True Gritter is right, man. Bud turned the boxing world upside down by basically saying that. Ain't it funny how the nigga that they claim is not a draw, he can't sell, he does bad business, always seem to be the main topic of discussion on these fucking YouTube streets. I mean, make it make sense to me. Make it make sense. And shout out to my nigga Bleak, man. You're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. How are you, kind sir?
I'm all right. It's good to be back. You heard me?
Man, I've been missing you, bro. You been good?
Yeah, I've been good, man. Just trying to get some things together, starting my business and stuff.
Oh, good luck, man. Good luck with that shit, bro. Hey, go ahead. Floor is yours. Go ahead and cook.
All right. So first off the rip, I appreciate them interviews that he dropped. And I just say this. Even if Errol do want to fight, Errol want to fight now. After, he ducked all this time and he ain't got nowhere else to go. Like, he don't have nowhere else to go, so he gonna have to. And then they saying, what he said he wanted to fight, so he ain't no duck. No, he's just now wanting to fight. He been ducking. You know what I'm saying? The whole fight, all them excuses. He said he was gonna do this. He said he was gonna do it. Man, I'm not buying none of that shit. He didn't know Ugas was gonna have the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't know all of these changes was even gonna happen with them belts. So how can you say you had a list of which way you was gonna go? Danny wasn't for no belt. Mikey wasn't for no belt. Like, come on, man. Like, we just gotta tell the truth on it. And I ain't with all that bandwagon fans shit. That's trash, man. I feel like Bud should just go at this nigga.
So let me ask you this, Bleak, not to cut you off, bro. I'm gonna still let you cook. So do you agree with the approach that Terence Bud Crawford just took in these two interviews? Because I don't.
No, I don't agree with him saying, well, he want to fight, because to me, I still feel like he don't want to fight. Maybe he was just, just.
I agree, but
I don't think he want to fight for real.
Right.
But I did hear something though that they got an interview out. Not an interview, but Terrence was on the phone with Spence, and his nephew got a recording of it.
Oh yeah.
So maybe they about to spin some shit that we don't know about yet. You know what I'm saying?
But see, this is my thing with that, Bleak. These niggas acting like we just now knowing that they didn't have multiple conversations. Like, nigga, they done been had a conversation. So this is not news to anybody in the boxing world. So whenever Radio Raheem said, well, have you talked to him? You're like, yeah, of course. These niggas trying to make it seem like, oh, it happened yesterday or the day before. Now, I really wish Radio Raheem would have said, well, how long ago was it? Like, when was the last time y'all spoke? That's the shit I would have asked the nigga to be more specific. Do you agree or disagree?
No, I agree. Okay. We need them reporters to ask the right questions. You hear?
Right. Because we know they didn't talk. Like, that's been documented. Bernie didn't say that. Bud didn't say that. Earl didn't say it. So we know they didn't have the discussion, but the fight still ain't fucking happened.
Yeah, man. They got it all posted up everywhere. So he wasn't a duck. He wasn't. I'm like, come on, man. Dude been ducking. You can't justify that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And like you said, back in the day when Ali and them pulled up, we didn't get a chance to witness none of that. I want to see some of that.
Man.
I want to see some of that, man, because this watered down, pussyfoot ass boxing.
Everything on Twitter, bro. Everything is IG and Twitter now.
Man. And it really don't matter if he pull up at the fight, because shit.
You're right. They're gonna block the nigga from getting in the ring like they did the last time.
When Earl was at the fight, he left early. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling.
But let me go ahead and go to my nigga True Gritter 402, Bleak. I'm gonna put you on mute, bro.
All right.
Appreciate you for tapping in. Hey, yo, True Gritter.
A3, my guy, was good with the Black
was popping, fam. I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Oh man, most def, man. Just to go off what you're talking about, I think like with Bud was you heard that as saying good intentions don't always lead to a good outcome. And I think what Bud was saying about Earl, in the whole conversation, I think Bud's trying to get all this negativity off of him. And I think that's why he was going ahead trying to speak positive about Spence to keep all the negativity out off the subject. But that thing came back, and I think it bit Bud, bit him in the ass, because he was trying to be positive in the whole interview. He's trying to be uplifting. And man, the boxing world is, man, it went crazy today. I was feeling pretty optimistic there for a second, but after the day, man, I done lost hope. In some of these boxing communities, these YouTubers, they done exposed themselves even more. I was giving them thumbs up and kudos, and man, I feel like slapping the taste out their mouth right now.
Yeah, man, they took what he said and ran with it like, oh, see, I told you. Like, no, nigga, you ain't told me shit. I'm standing on my square. I don't give a fuck what Bud said. That nigga been ducking. I don't give a fuck what nobody said.
Most deaf, bro. Hey, that's what I rock with you, bro. I locked in with you, and like I said the other day when I seen that video with you in the robe, I had to go back. I said, let me see what E-Thriller really on, man. But you stand 10 toes, man. You stand 10 toes. It ain't even just about, but it's about, man, you being real, man. A lot of these YouTube channels, man, I'm really starting to get a sour taste in my mouth for it, man. If you're gonna have some opposition out there, if you're gonna state your side, open up the phone lines, open up the chat lines, man, and let other people state their side, man. And that's one thing I respect about you, Coach Malachi, man.
Shout out to Coach, man.
Man, most definitely. It's a couple other stations out there, but it seemed like, man, Spence, man, he's really in protected custody, especially with these YouTubers, man. You can't even say Spence gonna lose. You getting blocked, kicked out the chat, can't make a comment, can't do shit, man. That's some weak ass shit, man. And Spence, he got some weak ass motherfuckers behind him, man. And I can't even stand it no more. I'm really, like I said, I really want to stop the taste out of some of these guys' mouth, man, for some of this content they putting out there, man. Because for real, man, it's just too disrespectful. And I hate to see what happened with Bud today. He said, hey, we need to unify, come together. Let's come together, put this pressure together on making these fights, and it backfires on him, man. And that's just hella frustrating, man. But I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic.
I appreciate that, true, man. But yeah, I agree with your points, bro, about that shit backfiring on him, bro. It is what it is, though.
Yeah.
All right, let me go out to my nigga B-Mac, man. The Mac Mob, you're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. How are you, kind sir?
How you doing, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Go ahead and cook. Floor is yours, B-Mac.
Hey, man.
Then I'm going to go to mosquito spray, and then I'm going to go to Steven.
Yes, sir. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this real quick, and then I'm going to let everybody else cook, because I was waiting on them guys that was talking that shit about pulling up.
Who that be, Mac? Go ahead, bro.
We got Steven. You said Steven's already in there, so shout out to him. Yeah. But Miles Plummer in the chat talking shit. But
he talking reckless? Hey, yo, hold on.
But he ain't pull up. He's talking about drop the link. So I was hoping that he was dropping the link first. That's why I was just, I was letting everybody chop their shit. You know what I'm saying? So some of these motherfuckers out here, like Miles, said he, this, that, and the other. And I think Quentin called me and you. To make sure
he did. He did. So, hey, yo, Quinn. Where you at, my nigga? Go ahead. The link is in the chat. But go ahead, B man.
I just thought for sure that these gentlemen would jump on here first. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my man Bleak, True Gritter 402. And kid, I saw you up in the chat, man. Shout out to you, everybody in the chat, man. General Big Fish, D-Town, everybody, man. Mosquito spray, one love, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe for my man E-Thriller, you know what I'm saying? Keep these algorithms up, man. But look, let's just keep this shit real. No, I don't like what Bud said, in reference to Errol Spence wanting the fight, and I think he thinks Errol Spence won the fight. But honestly, I think Crawford said that shit because he ain't got no other choice. And the reason why I say he ain't got no other choice is because you're absolutely right, man. He got a lawsuit going on. When you got a lawsuit going on, there's certain shit that you can't say or you're going to fuck yourself up.
Yep.
He's telling Bob Erm that, look, you didn't get me this Errol Spence fight. I'm suing you because you didn't get the fight, plus you didn't pay me. Right. Okay? You can't come right back out and say, well, you know what? Earl, you ducking me. Then you're contradicting yourself, okay? Yep. Your whole lawsuit is a contradiction. Remember, this is the very first time Terence Crawford has said anything since he filed that lawsuit.
Right.
He hasn't came out on the interview. He's been quiet the whole time. And, you know, since he filed that lawsuit, this is the very first time he started speaking out. Shit, he ain't even did shit on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At all. He been very quiet. So I'm pretty sure, you know, what he was told was like, look, hey, you got to watch what the hell you say. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, because, you know, you can fuck yourself over. Man, look, I am 95% sure that this shit is all about the lawsuit, because when he had Tom Brown on the stage, he said, ho, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What did you just say? Reverse that shit.
Right.
You said it takes who to make the fight? The fighters. So Crawford been on his shit. He just can't come out and say what he wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? He had to be publicly, you know, he had to be, you know, a certain kind of way and make sure that he wouldn't fuck himself over when it comes to this lawsuit. That's the way I feel about it, because at the end of the day, Earl been ducking. I ain't switching up on no shit. That nigga been ducking. And if they say, well, he say he ain't been ducking. He said, well, what did he say?
No, you know what they like to say? Oh, he's sticking to the plan. He's doing exactly what they said he was doing.
Okay, but if they gonna go with what Crawford said, right?
Yeah.
They say, well, Crawford said Earl didn't duck. Well, what did he say? If he said Earl didn't duck, he said what? His handlers have got him ducking. Right. So it's still on Errol Spence. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It's still on Errol Spence, because
keep that same energy, right? Because to your point, B-Mac, hold on, y'all. To your point, if that's the case, if it's the politics, meaning Al Heyman and all them other niggas with PBC, then shouldn't we be saying, well, Errol need to lead the PBC? Didn't I make a video on this shit about, 2 weeks ago? Did I say Errol should lead the PBC? I'll wait. Go ahead.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, but hey, boxing nigga, we some idiots. Pull your bitch ass up here and get on the panel.
This is my thing, though, B-Mac. In order to even comment on my videos, on my live stream, you have to be a sub. So if I'm an idiot, if you don't agree with nothing we say, and we invite you to pull up to pop your shit the way you want to pop your shit, and you never show up, then my nigga, why are you here?
I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of this dude hiding behind his fucking icon, always want to pop some shit. You need to go ahead and get him on up out of here, man, because at the end of the day, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is real talk. At the end of the day, he can't say what he want to say. And if he said that shit, then just like you say, look, go to his handlers. And why is it the motherfucking Spence fans saying, you know what, Bud, right? He did say that Earl wanted to fight.
Yeah.
But y'all not on PBC motherfucking helmet, are you?
To make the fucking fight.
To make the fight? If y'all want the fight, why y'all not on this helmet to make the motherfucking fight then? Why y'all not on Al Heyman helmet? Why y'all riding they dick like, oh, okay, it's all cool by y'all? Because that's the exact point that Terence Crawford was making today. He said, look, y'all want to be divided. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to do this shit. Y'all want to go over here and y'all want to go over there and y'all don't want to be as one. Well, guess what? This is exactly what he's saying right now. And soon as he said this shit, look how many videos came out against what he just said. He just proved his fucking point today. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just proved his point. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, look, I ain't like what Crawford said. I'm going to keep it a buck, man. I ain't like that he said that shit, but I understand why he had to, man. You got a lawsuit. You got to watch what the fuck you say, or you going to incriminate yourself and fuck that lawsuit up. He got to walk this little fine line. How many times you seen in an interview they say, well, motherfucker got a lawsuit and say, well, look, well, what happened? He's like, well, look, I can't talk about that. Well, yeah. That's what happened, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All he did was saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, he want to fight. You know, he playing nice because this was a total 360. A total 360. And the only thing you can come up with is that, yeah, he got a lawsuit coming. So he not going to let Bob Arum off the fucking hook.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. But I know there's some other people out here, man. So I'm going to go ahead and let Mosquito Spray and the rest of them cook. And I'm going to wait for these other folks to come out here and then call us out.
Okay. Damn, I forgot. Yeah, Mosquito Spray was next, and then I'm going to go to Steven. Hey, yo, Mosquito Spray.
What's up, E3?
What's popping, fam? How you doing, big bro?
All right, how about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Hey, the floor is yours, and then I'm going to go to Steven. Go ahead and cook.
Cool. What's up, everybody? LB Mac.
What's up, Mosquito Spray? What's up, bro?
Chilling on it. Shit, staying out the way. Shit, but yeah, man. Hey, I thought, man, you know, when I first heard that shit, come on, you hit me up asking about E3, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, I thought, you know, I'm thinking he want to make sure he can get that old sensitive ass nigga in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
'Cause, you know, yeah, anything you say, you know, that nigga might be emotional and shit. So I was on that note with it, but listening to y'all, you know what I'm saying, that do make sense with the, you know, the lawsuit type thing, not being able to talk about it
Yeah.
or whatever. So yeah, I mean, that is a strong possibility. You know, I didn't even think about that. You know, I stay on the boxing shit. I don't be thinking about nothing but in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, man, you want to get that nigga in the ring, whoop his ass, make sure he can get that nigga.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that makes sense. So that is a strong possibility. I mean, it makes sense, you know what I'm saying? But you know, the aerosexuals, you know what I'm saying, they need a cop out, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
man.
there it is. And speaking of, Big Fish, get your ass in here so you can cook your ass. Don't hide in the comments. Get your ass up in here.
He in here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, General Big Fish.
Ha 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 ha. You guys are pathetic, man. I can't believe y'all won't just admit it. The man said out his mouth he wants to fight. He's eager to fight. I don't have nothing else to say. Like it's more spin moves in this chat right now than Barry Sanders, man. Y'all spinning what the man said.
Man,
I can't believe this, man.
Go ahead,
hey,
Mosquito.
Big Fish.
Go ahead.
Big Fish. Tell this in front for the whole panel. Check out this. Big Fish. In the last 6 months, in your own opinion, what has Errol Spence, not no alphabet boy, not no fellow aerosexual, what have Errol Spence out his own mouth said to make you believe he won't fight in the last 6 months?
The topic is what came out of Terence Crawford's mouth.
Look at him doing the Errol sexual move.
Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Now this nigga want to play cornerback. He want to play the real Reeves and deflect. Not on the number 24 with the face mask and the helmet. Go ahead, Mosquito.
Yeah, textbook aerosexual, man. Answer the question, man. What does Spence said out of his mouth? Himself.
Terence
Not nobody
Crawford
phone but him.
that Errol Spence was eager to take the fight over the phone. What you're asking me to say is impossible. I can't say ridiculous.
He said we can take a fight over the phone.
This nigga Big Fish on his floor and shit, man. He ain't gonna answer nothing tonight, I see.
But we spinning words, but say.
I don't have to spin anything. Everything that I've been telling y'all for the past 2-3 months, it keeps coming out. Everything I said. Everything. Terence Crawford just confirmed what I said. Everything I've ever said.
Man, come on.
On here,
Hey, you talking about spinning?
Y'all say he's ducking. General Big Fish say he's ducking. I said I'm not gonna say that.
We still
wait a minute. We
still
got
say
a
that.
record of saying that he's ducking.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
How can you be ducking? How can you be
got you
ducking?
on record saying that he's
ducking.
You can't switch it up now.
Not ducking.
Nah, I ain't gonna let you do that.
Just said he's not ducking. He's eager to fight me.
Nah, yeah, you on your Earl shit tonight. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
He's talking about.
You want to move
That's what he said.
You want to move the goalpost.
Y'all want me to interpret what he said, like what y'all doing? Y'all want me to interpret?
Wait a minute. So we only gonna focus on what Bud done said, but we can't talk about what Earl has said.
That's what the topic of the night. I thought. No. Played the 3 interviews with the young lady, and then with the Radio Raheem. I was prepared to talk about that.
You can talk about other shit. You can talk about other shit.
I wasn't prepared. My notes, I got limited notes right. I'm looking at right now. I can't do it. I can't. I got.
Hey y'all, big Fish on the spinning like Brian Bortano.
Hey, yo, shout out to Miss Lisa Felton. I see the ladies up in the building. She said, preach, dude. Salute. Thank you for pulling up tonight, kind man. Hey, yo, let me go to Stephen Brimley, man. He been waiting for a minute. Hey, yo, Steve.
What's up now? What's up?
What's poppin', fam? How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm at work right now, but I had to tune in because
bro, you always at work when you call in, my nigga. God,
I'm working nighttime, bro.
Hey, tell the niggas, man, you need to take some PTO, man, when you come on my channel. Come on now. Now go ahead. I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
All right, I know you was. All right, so listen, first and foremost, man, you deserve about 50,000 subscribers and you need to be getting more views because I do agree with a lot of the things you say. There's just a couple of things in regards to the Errol Bud dynamic.
Wait a minute, you talking about the Black Picasso? You agree with me?
I do agree with you about a lot of things. The thing is, Errol be talking on both sides of his ass too. See, both of them have done that, but they both talk on both sides of their ass. They both done it.
Yes, I agree. Go
That's
ahead.
a fact. I'm unbiased. I'm not an Errol-sexual. I'm just a fan of both fighters. But Bud has actually confirmed what I've always believed, that they communicate with each other. The fight is gonna be there. It's just that Errol's doing it on the time that he want to do it. Now, we may not like it, and I've always said that. I always wanted to fight sooner, but he had a plan in place. If the moment the fight ends with Ugas, I'm on PPC neck. Because if that ain't the next fight, then I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. That has to be the next fight. There's no questions asked. There's no excuses. But what I really want to see is I want to see Thurman get knocked out by Bud this June. That's what I want.
Okay, so you want to see
Thurman I want Bud to knock Thurman out in June. I want it to happen. I don't want to hear no excuses from Thurman. Get in the ring and get knocked out.
Steve, do you think Keith Thurman is going to take that fight, though? I don't think so.
If they butter his bread a little bit. Because the thing is, what Bud said let me know that what PBC is doing here, what their kind of their strategic plan is, they don't want to let anybody just come in and just take one deal and get a belt. They had to do it with Canelo because the money was just there. The money was there. I think they want him to do a 2-fight contract. It makes perfect sense to fight Thurman in June and then fight Spence in November. That's a 2-fight deal. You got what you.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at
that. I am.
You mad at that, B-Mac? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Why?
Making a little money off of him. Gusto's going to be on the line.
Yeah, see, at the end of the day, you dictating. You understand? We as boxing fans, right? Why we letting promotional companies dictate to us what the fuck we need to see.
Been going on for years. That shit been going on for years, man.
So why we gonna keep taking it? I mean, that don't make sense because it's been going on for years.
At
some point you're gonna speak up for it.
What we gonna do about it? I mean, you got channels to speak on it, and that's
Bud just told you what to do about it, right? We're not gonna support that shit until we get the fight we want.
I'm not gonna not support the Ugas fight because it's first of all, the undercard already.
See, that's my whole point that you're saying. When you saying this magical plan that you're talking about, when did this magical plan come into play?
2017, 2018.
Okay, when did Bud come into play?
2017, 2018.
Okay, thank you then. See what I'm saying? So that's enough, bro. You know what I'm saying? So let's call it for what it is then.
Yeah, but the thing is though, we don't always.
The plan didn't come in until Bud came in. Now we got a plan because Bud here.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I want to point this out, too, though. See, it's more important to Errol than it is to Bud to unify. Bud had already done it, bro. He done it at 140. So it don't have as much meaning to him as it does Spence.
Yep, good point.
Spence is just now getting ready because the thing is, Spence is going to probably move up after this is all said and done. If he accomplishes it, if he beats Bud and then at the point he has all the belts, he's going to move up at that point. See, Bud didn't already done that, so it don't have the same weight for Bud as it does for Spence. So we have to keep that in mind too, though.
Absolutely not, because I don't see where you get that from.
Because what do you mean where I get that from? Bud was Bud undisputed at 140? Am I wrong?
No, you what? You're not.
All right, then. So why Bud don't really might not give a fuck about the undisputed at 147? He probably cares, but it don't got the same value to him as it does Spence.
In 2 weight classes, bro.
Huh?
Who has ever been undisputed in 2 weight classes, bro?
Well, Canelo trying. People mad at Canelo for trying.
Who has done it? So you can't say that it matters more to Spence than it does to Bud.
But I believe it does, though, because I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, that's history, but I don't think Bud is going to lose any sleep if that's the case or not. You know what I mean?
He's not
Like
gonna
he
sell
just
his
wants to
soul
fight
for it.
Errol. He don't give a damn about all the belts being on the line. He just wants to fight Errol. See, I think Errol wants to fight him with everything on the line because
Nah,
this is
that's
his.
some bullshit.
That's the no, but this is his first weight class.
That's
It's the
bullshit,
only weight
fam.
class he's been in. You gotta have a little bit of perspective. We gotta take a step back of being a fight fan and be in a fighter's shoes.
Hey, Steven, let me ask you something. Did you when Jeff Horn came into the picture, right? When he beat Manny Pacquiao, right?
When who?
Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao, right?
Yeah, I ain't beat shit. Yeah,
he beat Manny Pacquiao, right?
Jeff
He
Horn
had the
won that
belt,
fight.
right?
Yeah.
Then he had a welterweight. Then he had a WBO welterweight championship, right?
Yeah, he had the belt.
Okay, what did Earl say?
Okay, so we going here again. Okay,
Nah, man.
I already know where you're going. I already know where you're going. So I'm going to go ahead and take. No, you're going here. We already been here before. We already been here before, my guy. We've been here before.
Mac, hold on, y'all. Hold on. The Mac Mob. Can you ask him again so he can answer? It's a yes or no.
That's
Go ahead,
right.
Mac Mob.
When Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao for the WBO championship, what did Errol Spence say?
Let's make the fight happen.
Okay, then. So now when it's Bud, it's different. You can't do that, bro.
It is different because Bud is different. You got
exactly. So that's
Bud is different. So you put the respect on the name. You listen. You don't like what Spence doing, but Bud is different. That's a fact. Bud is different. He's number one for a reason. He's number one pound for pound for a reason. So yes, he is different. What he commands, what he's going to do, what he deserves is different. Jeff Horn, I can give him some crumbs to make that fucking fight happen. So yes, it is different.
At the end of the day, it ain't had shit to do with money. And you know it didn't have nothing. No, it didn't have nothing.
It has to do with everything. It has to do with everything. It has to do with everything.
In the ring.
I ain't hearing y'all with this Spence scared of Bud shit. I'm not fucking with y'all on that. These are grown ass men who've been training and fighting for years. I'm not fucking with y'all on that.
Wait a minute.
I'm never gonna fuck with y'all on Spence scared of Bud. Get the fuck out of here. These grown ass professional champions. Fuck out of here.
Hold on, Steven. I listened very well, my brother. You just said Bud is different. If you know Bud is different, then Errol damn sure know he different. So you can't sit up here and tell us that he's not worried or he's not scared of Bud if he won't go ahead and fight the nigga right now.
Fight him for all the marbles.
Why? Why do you have to fight for all the marbles, bro?
Because if you win, it means just that much more. Because if he wins, it means just that much more. And that's a fact. That's a fact.
So wait a minute. So when Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier fought, was it for all the marbles?
70s, bro.
Hold on.
It's a different era. It's a different. Don't give me some shit. Don't give me some shit from way back in the day when we dealing with a whole different dynamic now in 2021. Get the fuck out of here.
When Triple G versus Canelo fought, was it for all of the marbles? When Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Money Mayweather fought, was it for all the marbles? I'll wait. Those are some of the biggest fights in the sport.
Did Mayweather have an opportunity to get all the belts first?
So you're not going to answer my question? You ain't going to answer my question?
No, but I have to answer your question with a question because what you're posing is a different dynamic. You're posing a different dynamic. It's a different scenario situation. They had to make that fight because it wasn't. I mean, how much time was fucking left?
For all of the marbles, yes or no?
Every scenario can't be compared to every scenario. Every scenario is different. This is different.
This is the problem we have with Errol Spence fans right here because you niggas want
to. You talking about just Errol Spence fans? I'm a boxing fan. I'm a fan of both fighters. Cut that shit out.
Can't be, bro. Can't be. You're an Errol Spence fan because if you was a boxing fan, you would have been like, Errol, fuck all that. Get in the ring now. We ain't worried about how many belts you got. If you was a boxing fan,
I have the ability to step outside being a fan. And be in a position because listen, this is their profession. How many times I've been here with you guys before on this. This is their profession. This is their livelihood. They're making business decisions as well as boxing decisions, and I understand that dynamic. I don't necessarily like it. I prefer for them to have fought 2 years ago. But we can't forget this man flew through a fucking car window and had his bone broken in his eye. And if we get to fight this year, we can't really complain too fucking much, considering we almost didn't get to fight at all.
Yeah, if he
was healthy this whole time, then I think everything y'all say would be 1,000,000% valid. But the man was only able to fight once in the last 2.5 years. So let's keep it a buck on that.
That's his fault.
Yeah, that is his fault. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Well, the car accident was his fault. I don't know about the eye. That's not. I ain't gonna put that on.
Why he should have took the fight from the fucking beginning instead of fighting little old Mikey Garcia, who didn't do shit in 12 rounds.
You better put some respect on Mikey Garcia, like he ain't already a Hall of Famer. Cut that shit out.
He should have fought Terence Bud Crawford. That's facts.
But that's not what he wanted to do. He wanted to fight him
And
for
that's
all the marbles.
ducking.
I don't like it, but
That's the
that's what.
point.
But I understand
Bro,
it.
you can
Just like
say
I
what he
understand
wanted to
Canelo
do or
going
what
to
he
light
didn't want to
heavyweight
do.
if he
At the
decides
end
to
of
do
the
that.
day, it don't
That's the
change. It's
narrative.
still ducking, whether it's strategically, financially, or from a ring. It's all ducking to me. That's ducking. He's avoiding the toughest competition.
That's a
And that's a
narrative.
fact.
Yeah. You
That's
ain't nothing
all
but
we
spit
saying.
narrative, man. That's all he
All right.
doing, E. You spit narratives because all the marbles didn't come into play until Terence Crawford came
Exactly.
You want to talk about narratives? You want to talk
That's
about
all
narratives?
narratives, man.
What Bud just said right now just went against what he's been saying for how many for the last year. At one point he said, "I don't even want to fight no more. I don't want to fight. I don't need him."
He said he
He be
won't hear
switching up
ask
like
for the fight
drones,
no
bro.
more.
Cut it out.
Yeah,
They both be
that's
talking out both
true.
ends of their ass.
That's true.
We acknowledge the fact that Bud said that, and we did not like that. But see, this is the difference between y'all and us. We hold that nigga accountable for saying
out of
it.
here.
We hold that nigga accountable for saying that. Just
Also,
like
I
tonight.
don't hold
Wait a
Spence
minute,
accountable. I just let Spence ride out. I just let
Just
Spence
like
ride out.
tonight, I held him accountable for saying the bullshit that he just said. Because you and I both know he don't believe Earl really want to fight.
Come on. Yeah. I'm gonna throw my hat, bro. I'm gonna throw my hat.
Hey, go ahead, man. You do whatever. Hey, I'm gonna be here. Hey, but let me go to my nigga Quentin in D-Town. D-Town, you first, bro. Yo, D-Town.
What's up, gents?
What's up, fam? How you doing, man?
D-Town, what's up,
What's up,
family?
man?
Man, it's all good. Man, it's all good. Mosquito, Mac, I showed you a little love, so check on that. Fish, where your monkey ass at?
I think he dropped
Let me
off,
get
bro.
across your ass.
Yeah, he ain't on here.
Call your brother. Tell him get his ass back on. I'm at work too, so I done snuck outside. I want
Yes,
a piece.
sir.
I want some of that.
Hold on,
Shit, I want some of that.
Hold on.
Hey, shout out to my man D-Town Blast.
Hey, I'm about to mute myself, D-Town. Go ahead. I'm about to call this nigga. Go ahead, bro. Floor is yours.
Yeah.
All you, D-Town.
Go ahead, D-Town.
Oh,
D-Town.
you
It's
had
on you,
muted
bro.
me.
Go
You
ahead,
had muted me. Nah, I was just saying, man, I can't cook too long, man, because I done snuck my ass out at work. Anyway, man, as always, just enjoying the show. But I did want to get on here and grill Fish ass real quick, coming there talking that bullshit. I don't know what the hell he got going on. What's wrong with him, Matt? What's going on with him?
Hey, you know, he can't
Why
take it,
everybody
man.
in denial, man?
He can't take it, man.
God damn.
Nigga, he got that
Everybody
oil
in
out,
denial about
D-Town.
Errol Spence.
He got that
Yeah,
oil
I
out, man.
guess so.
Earl
But, yeah,
sexual limited
mosquito
edition.
spray. Mosquitoes say they done went full blown. Well, hey man, I'm gonna mute back up, man. I'll jump back on in a second, man. I don't want to get fired fucking with y'all, because
Hey,
I
man,
will.
take it easy at work, bro. Don't be working too hard, bro.
Man, I'm trying to support my family like you. I gotta go full speed ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I appreciate you,
Already.
D-Town. All right, let me go out to Quinn. You're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, man. Yo, Quinn.
Hey, can you hear me? I'm moving myself.
Yes, sir. I can hear you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Say, man, check this out.
Hold on. I heard
This
you was
is what-
looking for me now. You was looking for me and B-Mac, right?
I'm looking for y'all, man. I'm
Go
looking
ahead.
for y'all.
We here.
Hey,
Go
check
ahead.
this out. This is a question that I have for you and B-Mac, because you know what? At the end of the day, regardless of what Bud said, that's going to be something that's going to still be disputed, right? So I'm not going to get into all that, right? Because like I say, since he done filed this lawsuit, a lot of truth going to come out, right? And there's more to come. But here's my question, and I know y'all can keep it a buck. In that interview that he gave, he also admitted Cap when he went and did that video in the ocean, talking about he looking for the big fish, where he at? He admitted in that interview that he knew that Ugas and Earl was in play.
Yep.
But he made that video anyway. So I'm asking B-Mac and I'm asking Skrilla, was that video he made, was that a Cap video or what, man? Keep it real.
According to what he said, as far as I'm concerned, from what he said on the interview, yeah, he was bullshit. I didn't like that.
And
You know what I'm saying?
I already said what I said. I'm not sure if you just now joining the show, but yeah, I didn't agree with it at all.
Yeah, cause I'm gonna show you something. He also put in the video, and now he blaming the fans, he blaming the division, things of that nature. But you contributed to it, bro. You dig what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, the way it's out there, it's like the man is ducking you. Everybody's ducking you, but you turn around and you say something different. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, he knew that they was in play.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Everybody else ain't gonna see what you mean, but I do at least.
You know, it's getting
I was looking for
everybody.
you. Oh, hold on. I was looking for you. Let me step outside. Hold
You
on.
need to look
Let
for
me
me
go
for
back
more than the
outside.
water gun, son. You need more than the
Let me
water
go back
gun.
outside.
Looking for me.
Hey,
Oh
man.
man, Fish. First off, good evening, Fish. How you doing? Big Fish, how you doing, sir?
Hey,
Big fish in the building. Let me
hey,
be
this the
quiet.
best news
Go
I've
ahead.
heard all year, D-Time Blaster.
I
But
I bet it is. You looking for some, you looking for some conjecture, right? You looking for that. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you say something. Okay, well I'll go ahead. Okay, so you gonna ride that wave on that little shit right there, right? But like I say, what happened with the big wig, the man above both of them? What did he say? You just want to disregard that, right? When he said that the fighters, that when they want to make the fight can be made. You want to disregard that part, right? And go off with Bud. Hold on, hang on. And you want to go off when Bud say, I think he wants to fight. Or whatever the case. Let's just say, hey, I know he wants to fight. Why would the man that handled Errol Spence say, hey, yeah, the fight can be made if our fighters want? Errol is one of their fighters. So you tell me. Or we gonna stick to this topic of the video.
Hey, D-Town, I'm
Because I
not
know
good
how you like to deflect.
I'm not good at deciphering what people say. I just take what they say at face value. So I can only go off of what the man just said.
Okay.
Correct me if
So you
I'm
can go off
wrong.
what the man said.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But Terence
Go ahead.
Crawford said that Errol Spence was very eager to fight me. It's the people around him that don't want and that want to go in the other direction. And that's all I've been saying, D-Town. I've been saying
let's stick with that, Big Fish.
I've been
Yes, sir.
saying that,
Let's
right?
stick with that.
Can you just give me
Hold
that?
on,
Haven't I
Mosquito.
been saying
Mosquito,
that?
I'm finna put that burn on his ass.
D-Time Blaster.
Yes, sir.
Time out, D-Time Blaster. Can you just let everybody know that that's what my position been this whole time? Can you just say yay or nay? Or
I mean, I do believe that I do believe that's your narrative, sir. I do believe that.
Okay.
Is
But again,
it me or somebody mic is messed up?
I don't know.
Me?
I can't really tell. Go ahead, y'all.
Okay.
But you just said all you can go off is what the man said. That's what those are your words, correct?
See.
Okay. So can you not go off the man that's over Errol word? Can you not go off of that, or do that not count? Again, his handler.
Who are we talking to? Who are you referring to?
Forgive me, I don't know the dude's name, but it was a guy
Brown.
that Bud made. There you go, Tom Brown or Tim Smith, whichever one it was.
Tom Brown, Tim Smith.
But I'm talking about the Caucasian gentleman at the Porter Crawford press conference.
Tom Brown, the
yes,
promoter
sir.
for PBC.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah. So, and we clearly he handles Earl. Correct. So we can't go off his words. If that's what you say you're doing, you go off their words, right? That man, clear as day, said that if the fighters want to fight, they'll make it. Oh, okay. I didn't think so. I'm back on mute.
Hey, can I tap in real quick on that? Can I tap in?
Who is that?
It's True Gritter.
Oh yeah, go ahead, True. Go ahead.
Hey, like they say, Al Heyman is their advisor. So yeah, they may be able to make their own fights, but at the same time, they sitting out to beat Al Heyman. He's advising them, hey, if you want to become this or become that, this the route I think you should take. This the fight I think you should make. And if that's the case, that might be why Errol Spence is saying, all right, it's strap season. I'm going to go over here and get this belt, then I pull up on Bud last. That may be Al Heyman's advice. Yeah, he probably can make the fight whenever he wants to, but Al is probably saying, hey, fight Bud last. That's probably going to be your toughest fight make that your last fight.
Exactly. That's all I've been saying. That's all I've been saying.
So I mean, as far as I know,
Did I tell him to fight Jeff on last?
So what that say about Errol Spence though?
What'd you say, B-Man?
What does that say about Errol Spence? If that's okay, then what does that say about Errol Spence?
He not his own boss like he portrayed to be.
You understand? I mean, we've heard these narratives over and over and over again. How Bud Crawford need to stand up to Bob Arum. How Bud Crawford need to stop being a top-ranked Toby and being a slave and a bootlicker and all types of bullshit when it came to Terence Crawford and Bob Arum. He need to stand up. He ain't his own boss. And now when Bud's saying it, and he said, "Well, it ain't Earl." You know, it's his handlers and this, that, and the other. That's all we was trying to say. So why the fuck the same energy ain't applied to Errol Spence about stand up, man the fuck up and ask for the fight? Because Tom Brown said it's the fighters. When the fighters want to fight, we make the fight. That's what D-Town Blaster was just saying. So why the same energy is not provided there for Errol Spence when he makes these same fucking points?
It's a double standard with Bud. That's all it is. Hey, Bud got to do everything twice as hard, twice as much. I feel like everybody wanted him to follow Floyd Mayweather's steps, and that didn't happen. But I think all the emerging boxers coming up, they need to follow Bud's steps. Go get a belt. Go fight somebody. Get your resume together before you try to step up in these ranks. I think that need to be the new normal in this boxing because the boxing world's giving Bud, man, a hell of a hard time.
Oh, definitely.
I agree.
All day.
Anybody from Team Spence want to respond to that? To those comments? The Mac Mob and True Gritty just said. General Big Fish, Quentin. Well, let me go out to T's boxing spot, man. You live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holla at me, fam.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing tonight?
You good,
Big
man?
T, what's happening?
You all right?
Good,
going
man.
on, T?
Feeling better?
Bro,
What's good?
Hey, I'm better, man, and I actually have been putting my time into creating a crypto YouTube where I go on and I give cryptocurrency advice. I talk about XRP and the current lawsuit with Ripple versus the SEC.
Already.
So I'm putting people on, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing a lot of content on there. I've already got, over 4,600 views in 9 days from when I posted my first video. So I'm really, I'm not even doing it for the money or the views. I'm doing it, to just get the information out to the masses, because we've been getting fucked by the system for too long, man. And,
no doubt about that.
As people of color, man, we got to learn how to build that generational wealth, man. And I'm really putting some good content out there. So I just want to say, man, T's Crypto Spot, don't feel pressured to subscribe. Just go check. You don't even have to subscribe. I don't have my Cash App or anything on there. Just go check it out, man. You know what I'm saying? And it'll definitely give you some tips and tricks, man, on how to get ahead, aside from that, and like I said, that's what I've been busy doing on YouTube lately. So I've been gone for a while from the boxing community. But you guys all know, man, I'm a diehard Bud fan. I've been, down with Bud for years, man. And I have always, Thrillo will tell you guys and Big Fish and all of them, I came on here and I had been said that I had always felt like the true reasoning behind that fight not happening was Al Heyman. I had always felt like Al knew, this guy is a super high risk, potentially low reward in the long run for our company, for me to put a guy that could potentially be my next cash cow in with him, and then I can't benefit off of this guy afterwards. Right? That's just business. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sitting at the top and I'm managing guys and I know there's a guy out there that could beat my guy, regardless of whether or not I think my guy could potentially beat him or not, in business, you always go off a risk to reward ratio. And if it's too high, it doesn't matter who wins. At that point, you don't want to be in a position where you're making a gamble, so you're going to make the safest bet. Terence Crawford, this is the second time where he's come out and said, I don't feel like Spence is ducking me. I feel like he wants to fight because he said it before. And I wonder if what he's doing here is, the situation where he was out in the ocean and talking about where's the big fish at, this, that, and the third. Some of that I feel like is self-promotion because it wasn't being done by his promoter. Now, as much as I love Bud, look, man, I got to come on here and I got to say this, okay? Because I'm a straight shooter and I keep it real. And I love, I'm an Afro-Rican, but at the end of the day, I'm black first. And I love my black people. And, I will always stand by our people. And this is something that I've noticed with Bud. And I think some of it has to do with the fact that he feels like the majority of the YouTube community that's black is not in his favor, right? But regardless of that, I had heard that there were comments that were made out in the UK about him potentially feeling like the black community as a whole was the reason why the Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford fight hasn't happened. Now, I can remember, being one of the guys back in the day who was on the phone with the sanctioning bodies, begging and pleading for this guy to get a Julius Ndongo fight so that he could become undisputed because they were trying to fuck him. Okay. And I think Bud has this, misconception that because of a few, all are against him, and I think, this is what I didn't want to see, man. And I knew this was going to happen when him and Spence were slated to fight because we, for years, haven't had two black undefeated champions in their prime getting ready to square off with one another. This is a rarity now. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder didn't happen. Floyd Mayweather versus Keith Thurman didn't happen. For whatever reason, right? I still think Floyd would have dog-walked Keith, but besides the point, Floyd would have, Floyd, like you and me both said, Floyd is a motherfucker, man.
Man. They don't want to give him his credit, though.
Yeah, of course not.
Let's stay on topic.
Yeah, let's stay on topic. Let me not go off on Keith.
Oh shit!
Hey, he got me. He got me.
Animals to the side. We talking about the skills, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man. I know.
Stop no goddamn Floyd Mayweather shit. Yeah, I know I'm like that.
I know, B-Mac. Hey, B-Mac. I hear you, brother. I hear you, big bro.
Hey, T.
So what I'm saying is that I wonder sometimes, man, if Terence Crawford's perception of us as the black community and the support that he's receiving or not receiving is skewed sometimes, man. And if maybe that's led to certain decisions that some of us would have viewed as unfavorable, or certain things that he said where he's been like, man, I'm over to fight because he feels, is this a two-way street here where he's not getting enough support from his people and he feels in turn, that it's not being reciprocated. For me, I understand why Terence Crawford re-signed with Top Rank. I do, because the reality of it is that the money that he was getting with those brothers, over there at Top Rank was a lot more than what he would have been getting guaranteed with PBC. We know that because these guys are paying their guys in a weird fashion over there at PBC. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I'll be the first one to say I don't like how the PBC does business. I don't. I think it's fucked up. In my opinion, when Al Heyman first hit the scene, I had a lot of hope that, okay, he was going to do something different for black fighters. But the more I'm hearing about how he's doing these guys, and particularly, how he's doing Spence, shows me you don't have confidence that your guy, number one, can carry a pay-per-view. Number two, the entire team around Spence is behaving like they don't fully have confidence that he can beat Crawford. And this is something that I noticed years ago, right? But at the same time, I want to talk about what Crawford has said because, man, it hurt me as a fan to feel like, as a black fan, like he feels like we're not supporting him. And, you know, he went on to Joe Rogan's podcast and, you know, felt like that was the outlet that he needed to get himself out there. And then I turn around and Serena Williams has come out and demanded to be removed from Spotify because Joe Rogan was caught saying the N-word over 60 separate times on over what, 70 different videos that they just had removed. That's insane, man. You know, what's your thoughts on this, guys?
What about Joe Rogan or about Bud?
Well, just Bud in general, man, and him feeling like he's been reciprocating this a lot, like where he feels like the black community is not fully behind him. Why is that?
I feel like Bud need to look around. Shit, nigga, look at my channel. I support Bud.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm listening.
Hey, only reason I'm on your channel is because I'm only on YouTube. Really, I was learning how to start to run my business. And the only reason I came to your channel, man, is because there is no love for Bud out here in these YouTube streets, man. You the first station I stumbled across that was giving Bud support. And I done watched a lot of different guys on this YouTube. And out of all of them, you the only one, the first one I could say that's been saying enough for Bud. There's a lot of channels out here, and they not giving Bud no love, and you are. So I totally agree with what Bud feels about this YouTube community, that they're not supporting him, because they not. I can vouch for that. I wouldn't be on this panel right now if it wasn't for all these other haters. I was a casual guy sitting back, but it was just too much hate. And then E3, he came through and he's showing that support. And it's not many. It's very few that really show support for Bud.
Yeah, and that shit's sad, man.
Let me say something, man.
Yes, sir.
True Gritter, he really stole my thunder, man. Me and you been rocking for a while now, right?
Yeah.
And like he said, look, I love boxing. I searched all these YouTube channels, right? Now you gotta look and you gotta think about this one thing. And I know you don't pay attention to a lot of these motherfuckers.
Nah, I don't, unless you send it to me on mosquito spray. I really don't.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? When I first came in, I hopped on every boxing channel there was. And a lot of the alphabet boys, they're the ones who got the big channels. Those are the ones got a lot of subscribers. Okay, those are the ones that push the narrative that you would normally see out here. They got thousands and thousands of subscribers. Okay, and they all do the same shit. They've been shitting on Bud for a minute, especially with a lot of them that comes from your state in Texas. Okay. And
ain't that some shit?
Yeah, but Errol Spence is from Texas.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So they're gonna ride with their homeboy. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that a lot of those YouTube channels, they got a large fan base. You know what I'm saying? Thousands and thousands. And just like True Gritter did, that's how I came up on your channel. You know what I'm saying? I came up the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is some bullshit. I'm gonna unsubscribe to him. This is some bullshit. That's all, this is some bullshit. Then I met you. And I was like, you know what, man, this motherfucker finally keeping it real on this motherfucker. You know what? So I said, and then that one video, man, was like 8 months ago or some shit. I said, you know what, man?
I think the first time you pulled up on me, B-Mac, I think I was talking about Stephen A. and saying Wilder need to take a backseat and don't do his trilogy. I think that was the first time you pulled up on me, fam.
Man,
I remember like yesterday.
Yes, sir.
My bad.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah.
And I've been rocking ever since because I'm tired of the bullshit narratives, man. And it's got to the point where now I've got my motherfucking YouTube channel started where I'm trying to do it because it's not many supporters out here of Bud Crawford. If you pull up Bud Crawford right now and you hit the YouTube button and search on Bud Crawford, you're going to see the first fucking 8 to 10 videos is all motherfuckers that hate on Bud. This is all he see.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, man, and I can call them out. I'm gonna start calling motherfuckers names out when y'all come to the mob. I'm gonna let y'all know now. I'm tired of this shit. Okay, I'm gonna start calling names out, man. But that's the bullshit.
I want to call their name out, but I don't want to give them no free support. Shit, fuck them.
But you know what?
Y'all know how I am about that, man. Like y'all can't go on their shit and yell my name or any niggas that I support because they block you and do all
I
that whole shit and
understand.
mute you.
I
They don't open
get
their
it.
panel or nothing. So,
but I'm tired.
I feel you, B Mac. Let me go to Quinn real quick, man. He said he wanted to say something. Hold on, y'all. Quinn.
Hey.
Go ahead, fam. Floor is yours.
Hey, man, I was listening to the guy that just got through talking just now, right? About, he said that Bud feel like the black channels don't support it, right? I'm going to tell you something. That's not what it is, man. I'm going to tell you what it is.
What is it? Talk
What
to
it
me.
is, what it truly is Bud got a lot of false support. What I mean by a bunch of false support, not saying anybody on this panel or nothing like that, right? But the majority of the people that comment talking about they support Bud only in the comments. They use Bud Crawford because they hate PBC and they got a problem against PBC, so they use Bud. But whenever Bud has a fight, they don't support Bud. They not gonna never support Bud. That's the real issue, man. Only in the comments they use Bud Crawford.
Hold on, man. Somebody got an echo, y'all.
That's
Yeah,
Quentin with the
I
echo.
hear the playback.
Who is that?
Yeah, Quentin. I think
Yeah, Mr. Quentin, you might have to log out and log back in, bro. You got an echo. That's gonna make the show sound bad, fam.
All right, let me log back out because I heard the echo.
I'll tap you back in.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
All right, bet.
Can I say one thing real
Yeah,
quick?
go
about
ahead,
what he
man.
just said, man?
Go ahead.
So, how many fucking people are supporting Errol Spence then? Because correct me if I'm wrong. This motherfucker's from Texas, the biggest fucking state in the whole United States of fucking America, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, why he don't do fucking 4, 5, 6, 800 fucking thousand pay-per-views? Where's all this supposed to be support? Why he not making all these big giant pay-per-views and shit like that? Since he gets so much support. But I'm saying they say that these fights are this and these fights are that. What he's saying is that they got some false fans out here on Bud's side, but like the real fans are on Earl's side. Like, really? His pay-per-views have been declining.
I'm just gonna cut in real quick for a few seconds, man, and say, man,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm one of them Bud fans. I done bought every pay-per-view Bud has, man. I mean, when people were saying, "Oh, well, ESPN Plus and this, that, and the third," I went right on Xfinity, man, and was able to order all of his fights. Well, it wasn't difficult, and I just, I knew that this was going to happen, man, with him and Spence being two undefeated black fighters in their prime. I knew that the fan bases were going to tear apart, and I knew it was going to be, you got to pick your side of the street. And I'm always going to stand with Bud Crawford, but I'd be a liar to say I don't want to see this fight, and that, a part of me doesn't want to support both of them. I can't ignore the whole shit that's gone on from the PBC, though. And I'll be the first one to say I don't like how they do business, but that's not the reason I support Bud, because I've been supporting Bud long before the PBC was even thought of.
Good point. Hey, yo, let me go to Mr. Maceo. You're live on the chat with the Brown Gospel. Holler at me, bro.
Before the PBC was even thought of.
Hey, Mr. Maceo, I think you got something in the background, bro.
Is it any better?
Yeah, it's no echo now. Go ahead. How you doing?
Yeah, I had to mute my TV down. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing well.
What's going on, brother?
Go ahead.
Man, look, man. This whole Bud thing, man, it is some bullshit. Just like B-Mac was saying earlier, man. I look at different stations that go on them, and every time you look around, man, there really is dogging this brother out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out how one station, Alphabet Station, this man here got 10 shows on a day. And every show he got is talking about Bud. I'll be honest. I mean, he had. I was scrolling through YouTube earlier today. He had a show on saying, "Bob Aaron don't settle with Bud." Ain't nobody else saying this. Ain't she don't say about this shit here yet.
Man, I almost looked up and said his name, man.
They be capped like I don't know where they be getting these sources and these. Like,
I mean, It is ridiculous, man.
I'm like, wait a minute, this nigga is full of shit.
My sources say.
Oh,
Yeah, like,
you know who I'm talking about? E?
I know what you talking about.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about
I know what
too.
you talking about too.
A certain
My
special,
sources
a
say.
certain someone that used to be a part of a
y'all
certain
talking about the
community.
bus driver?
Man, listen, man. Hey, listen, man. That man had me so fucked up. I would looking through YouTube, try to see if anybody else had this goddamn shit. I even went on your station to subscribe. I said, see if E don't say some shit about this shit, you dog. But this man had to be careful like a motherfucker, man.
What you say, Mr. Mason? Say something about what? My bad.
I said I even went on your station to see whether you had some shit on there about Bob Aaron on Settle with Bud.
No.
Like I said, if I don't see it,
report on shit unless it's factual.
that's what I'm saying. If I don't see it on your station, I know the shit fake, dog.
Yeah.
I'll be real. Just like I told you, man. When I first came on your station, I sat back a minute and I just listened to your brothers, man. And this shit is real down to earth. I love it. I mean, y'all is just like one big happy family. Even my boy General Fish, man.
Yes, sir.
That boy, no, he know he a bug.
We love General Big Fish.
We just don't.
Yes, Lord. He look. Boy, look here. I just sit back. Sometimes I sit back and just laugh at you and everything else. I ain't gonna be here long, but my little brother live in Portland, Oregon, man, and I don't turn him on to you, boy, to y'all fellas, man.
Thank you.
He is a big Boston fan. Big Boston fan, and I be telling him, I said, man, look, man, you got to go ahead, man, and eat Thriller. He said, who? I had to spell a name out for him, boy. And while we was on the phone, man, I had to. He said, oh man, I ain't never heard of station here. I said, boy, you gotta listen to him, man. Yes, I told him about me making all, man. Like I said, man, y'all fella do a marvelous job, man. And keep supporting boy, man, because that brother ain't getting no love out here.
Hell nah, he not, bro. He got love on this channel, though, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say this one more day. And the number one big hater up is out here, y'all.
Who that?
Lenard.
Hey, he almost slipped up and said the name.
I was laid up in bed and read this comment. I said, at first I was like, man, I ain't seen Lenard yet. This time I hold my head, I look back, I said, there you go. Boy, look at here.
I know that's his name.
Change his name.
But E-Man, for the first time.
He won't never click on the link.
He said, you subscribe, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. My crypto channel.
Man, I see you, boy.
Yeah. Hey, E, for the first time, man, I was also busy. I also bored, man, looking for something to look at, man. Like I said, I didn't get hold of y'all until after the Porter fight. And I sat there the other night and watched the whole 4 hours. Y'all fellas after the Porter fight, man. And I really enjoyed that show, man.
I was feeling good that night.
Yes, sir.
Really, yeah.
I really enjoyed it, man. I was in here dying laughing, boy. I had to go to work the next morning, boy. I was about 4 o'clock in the morning looking at you, boy.
It made me feel good, Mr. Mason. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Man, but y'all better keep it easy, man. Look at that clock ticking on me. I got to be out of here in a little bit.
I appreciate it.
Take it easy now.
All right, fella. Y'all take it easy, man.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Hey, Thriller.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, D-Town. Appreciate that cash app that's coming from you, D-Town.
That'll be my brother. I want to touch on some
hold on.
here.
Shout out to Will Jack for that cash app as well, bro. Salute. And I'm not sure why my super chat's not working. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's tripping, man. That's why I hit you on the cash app. It's tripping to keep it declining. It's declining payments. Nah, they ain't number Al Heyman and Errol Spence hating on you. That's all it is.
God damn.
Go
ahead. I want to touch on some what B-Mac was talking about, man.
I'm gonna try to fix this shit. Go ahead.
But B-Mac, the thing, yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody sensible know, the truth's not sexy, man. A lot of people don't like the truth. So when you bring up those other channels that got these numbers, they not over there speaking the truth. They giving conjecture, just telling people what they really pandering to a fan base. So that's why they had those numbers. All these truth will say. So I'm gonna shout out a couple channels on here. So I know E really fuck with Coach. Coach ain't got no major numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Coach, New Media USA Today ain't got no whole bunch of numbers because he tell the truth. Same with Ring IQ. Ring IQ got an excellent channel. excellent channel, but he don't have no whole lot of followers because people don't like the truth. Now, if E Thriller was to sit there and just start telling people shit they want to hear, this motherfucker will blow up. I mean, quadrupling people. But that you know, like I say, the truth not sexy, man. People don't like the truth. They want to hear what they want to hear.
Good point.
Hey, it's not only that. You got to think most of these channels that got these high subscribers and whatnot, they don't have open lines you can call in or open panels where you can sit in here and voice your own opinion. It's all one-sided.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing. If you can get on here and dispute what the fuck somebody's saying, then the subscriber gonna look at that YouTuber in a different light if they get exposed. And with this channel like this and other channels that had open chat like that, you know, their numbers ain't as high because they putting that real out there. You got to be real. You got them open phone lines like that and open chat lines. So, you know, I think that's one big reason that these other channels be having these big numbers because they ain't putting that real out there.
Well, yeah, that's why I say it's an echo chamber over there. Like I say, the truth not sexy. Nobody want to hear the truth. A lot of people want to hear what it is that they want to hear, and they want to hear other people share their same thoughts. Regardless whether it's the truth or not, they want to be somewhere with somebody that agree with everything they say. Because, like you say, on them other channels, if you say something they don't like, man, your ass out of there. I don't give a damn what it is. It might not even be nothing bad or detrimental.
I'm gonna say this. Out of there. My nigga B-Mac was invited to one of them niggas' channels. B-Mac was 30 seconds into his opening statement before the nigga muted him 12 times. I'm like, bro, why would you even invite the nigga on here if you ain't gonna let him talk?
Golly, man.
Like, bro, is this a debate or, I mean, do you want me to get toenails? Like, come on, bro. Like, nigga, don't call me out and then when I show up to debate, you want to mute me, bro. Like, that shit is the weakest shit ever to me, bro.
It's an alphabet. It's an alphabet boy that's out here in Irving, out here by us. I mean, like I said, I ain't gonna say nobody's name. He always, you know, calling niggas punk, pussy, bitches, and all that other shit. Same thing with him. Same thing with him. Like I said, I ain't gonna get these losers no shine on my partner channel. I ain't gonna do that. But he one of them. He one of them fish eye fool looking motherfuckers, man. He, like I said, he always calling people out their name and punk, pussy, bitch, and you know, just all this shit. He talk real greasy, But I mean, same with him. I'll debate anybody. You get on there, he ain't gonna let you talk because as soon as you start hitting his ass on facts, your ass mute. And they go for all of them. They go for every last one of them.
You ain't gonna come on my show, man. They're like, I ain't gonna come on the show and embarrass your ass. That's what it is.
Yeah, he did say that. But, only to say before you even got on, hey, I ain't gonna cut nobody off. I'm gonna let you make it like, nigga, what?
Right.
Oh, okay, so you ain't gonna cut nobody else off that's on your fucking side. But if I come in and debate your ass, you wanna cut me off already, bro.
Say, man, tell Lennar get his funk ass on here. This boxing guy, motherfucker. I'm in real form now. Say, I'm back at home. I'm in real form.
It was like 2 weeks for this nigga, man. Where this nigga at?
You get your ass on here,
like, God,
hey, I think the boxing guy, the other YouTuber, man, he just don't want us to hear his voice, and we gonna know he gonna be exposed.
It's Lennar, it's Lennar, bro. As soon as he start talking, we gonna hear that squeaky ass voice. We gonna like, shit, that's Lennar. That nigga don't know shit. Kick his ass off.
Yeah. Come on, click that link so I can bust
he one of them niggas though, bro. He one of them niggas that if you disagree with him, you ain't black. That's why he don't come on no more.
Joe Biden.
I didn't agree with his bullshit narrative. So he asked me, why's your name is the Black Picasso? Are you even black? Like, nigga, hadn't you seen me on live streams? What?
Hey, he hit you with that. If you don't support Spence, you ain't black.
Yeah, you want to play the race card. Dumbass nigga. Oh, yeah, he had to move around, bro.
Hey, E.
Tell him come on here and get his cool bust over,
man.
You said what, man? My bad. I couldn't hear you, fam.
I said Miss Jones Turner said they banned her.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's wild.
She said she spoke up for Bud. They banned her.
Them boys wild over there, man. Damn, so I guess everybody got to agree, but ain't that shit boring, though? A bunch of grown-ass men agreeing with each other? I don't want y'all to agree with everything I say. I'm sorry.
Nah, we don't need, ain't no echo chamber over here.
Yeah, like I don't
Yeah,
get it.
motherfucker over there roasting marshmallows. Shit.
Man, dragon legs.
Kumbaya. What you say, mosquito spray over there saying kumbaya?
What
Yeah,
it do,
roasting
dragon leg?
marshmallows.
Oh shit, yeah, them niggas wild, bro. I don't see how y'all be listening to that shit. I can't do it.
Yeah.
That shit just be too much for me, bro.
Let me ask y'all something. This really been how the hell do they say you ain't on code if you don't support Spence, even though Bud black too? What kind of shit is that?
Man, I'll say this, bro. You know,
Them niggas fans of a promotional company. That's all that is.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was getting ready to say, man, because look, the reality of it is if you got Bud saying that Spence wants it more than his own goddamn team and promotional entities around him, I mean, that tells you something about how, Al Heyman and these fucking guys are moving, man. And I mean, the proof is in the pudding, man. Come on, man. Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios. Are we fucking kidding ourselves here? Like we are not getting the fights that we want to see, man. But they're willing, to roll out the red carpet for fucking Canelo, man. Like it's sad that you won't turn around and do it for your own black folks. You think he giving Canelo a daily stipend of $5,000 for his millions of dollars that he's gonna make from the fight? No, that nigga's getting a straight cash out. This shit is out of control, man.
But we don't know that though, T.
Maybe. You know what? Maybe
we don't
you
know
got
that,
a point.
T. You know why? Let's bring this up real quick since you touched based on that, right? Yeah, because they got this big thing about Canelo maybe turning down this money and this, that, and the other, right? So
Yeah.
he did business with PBC once, right?
Yeah.
We don't know how that transaction transpired.
Which may be why he turned it down.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You just had Floyd Mayweather come out and say, hey, Jake Paul ain't get paid. It is what it is because pay-per-views, they take a little time, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? So if they take a little time, who says Canelo got all this money?
Yeah, from Caleb Plant. That's a good damn point.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't know. They talking about, man, yeah, he ducking. I'm like, man, he probably like, look, y'all ain't finished paying me from the fucking first fight. And you want me to fight 2 more times? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Floyd just snapped that shit, man.
Yeah, that's an excellent point that he made because that could be exactly why he was like, man, fuck this, because we all know Canelo was going where the money's at.
Man, I don't know, man. I think he better off taking the Matron, taking a DAZN deal. Reason being, I mean, you gain nothing. I mean, aside from the money, but I mean, Canelo got plenty of money. You gain nothing fighting Benavidez and Charlo. I mean, you gain nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Neither one of them have a fan base.
You just killing
Neither one of them got anything. Huh?
Bevo and Triple G both have titles.
Exactly, but Dimitri Bivol, that's probably his tough. I mean, I don't. You might disagree with me. It's either him or Artur Beterbiev that's gonna be Canelo's toughest fight to me. I could be wrong. I view those as his 2 toughest fights.
I'll just say this real quick. I think Bivol beats the shit out of Charlo, and then that's just. I mean, come on, man.
Charlo. Out of those 4, Charlo is a tune-up. Charlo a tune-up out of all those, man. That's a cherry pick, man. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Bivol ain't no damn game, man.
Nah, Bivol true.
I've told people Bivol is he's a nice size 175 guy. He's got speed, he's got IQ, he's got power, and he's got a lot of dog in him too, man, that I've seen come out in certain fights where I'm like, this ain't an easy one for Canelo at all, man. I think he'd have a harder time beating Bivol than he would Beterbiev.
Yeah, because Beterbiev gonna stand in there and try and bang with him.
Mm-hmm. And Bivol is more of a boxer, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a better.
And he got some sneaky good footwork too.
Yeah, he does.
He's a good all-around fighter, man. He's real deal.
He's just not the big name that everybody want to see Canelo fight, but as far as like in the ring, he may be his toughest fight.
Yeah,
I want to go on
easily.
record and say this on your channel, E3.
Go ahead.
I want to revert back to the Bud thing. You know, we were talking about why he came out and said this.
Yes, sir.
I want to, like I said, I want to go on record when all this is over with, because if he would have came out and said anything other than what he said, that would hurt his case against Bob.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because he come
Yeah.
out saying that. So, but when all this over, he gonna come back out and like, yeah, nah, Spence scared, yada yada yada. Because the thing is, either you got to say the right things or don't say nothing at all. I mean, any good lawyer will tell you that.
Right.
He really shouldn't have said nothing, like y'all already said. He shouldn't have said a word.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he can't come out and say nothing bad, because if he does, then that throws that throws a wrench in his whole case.
Absolutely.
Good
Absolutely.
point. I made that point earlier, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, on that Canelo, yeah, Dimitri Bivol, that's his toughest fight. But I mean, my thing is this. I mean, again, he finna start campaigning at light heavyweight. What is him staying? He has nothing to prove at super middleweight no more. For what? He the man. So let him go on and move up, and then try to go, unify and maybe possibly undisputed there. But I mean, it really don't matter who you fight. Everybody gonna say cherry picking, man. It don't matter which way
At
he
this
goes.
point, bro, I think it don't matter what Canelo do. They gonna find some kind of fault. Canelo could fight God, and they still gonna shit on him. So,
But
well, God wasn't what he was 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, bro. Like, I just
damn.
had to come to grips with that. I'm not about to argue with niggas for Canelo. They have no objectivity.
I've never seen nothing like it on this part, man, because you got 3 of the 4 fighters at least that everybody's talking about, man. He at least gotta fight one of them, right? So it's like, okay, so if he take either deal, I've heard duck shit still, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They were saying he was ducking by fighting Charlo when it was rumored, and then it went from that to Macabre. Like, it don't matter what he do. Oh, he ducking this nigga. Damn, when are these niggas gonna fight? Like, god damn.
So I'm gonna give you your props as always, E3. So you one of the kings of keeping that same energy. So here's the problem. Why, they say Triple G too old. He wasn't too old when Charlo was so-called calling him out. What happened? He wasn't too old then. That was a good fight, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Is that what I'm saying? Yeah, my bad. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Nah, go ahead, D-Town. It was on you. Damn, my nigga Bo.
But nah, man, I'm just saying, man. Oh shit! What's up, Bo?
I didn't even know Bo was on here. Bo.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing?
Hey, man, my bad, Bo.
What's up, Bo? What's going down? What's going down?
I happened to look
What's up,
down like,
Bo?
damn, that's Bo. Go ahead, bro. My bad. You should have said something.
Oh, nah, I ain't want to interrupt nobody, man.
Nah, you good shit. You family. Go ahead, Bo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, going back to like earlier, like how I came across your channel, because like everybody said, man, there was no channels out there really supporting Bud. Like, it was one channel, was a dude on the Alphabet. I ain't gonna say his name, but one of the dudes on the Alphabet channels was supporting Bud at first until Bud came into the 147-pound division, and he kept trying to support Bud. Then his partners was like shitting on him, so he was like, well, damn, I could get more views by shitting on Bud. So then he don't switch up into that. So like when I came across your page, right? I think it was on the series, the part C. I think I saw like part 5 and shit. And I was like, yo, this shit is funny as hell, man. And then I was like, oh, this dude got a part 5, and then he just kept coming out with it. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, finally somebody is going. You know what I'm saying? Going at these Spence lovers and shit. I mean, nothing I really had against Spence, but I was getting tired of these dudes praising the hell out of Spence, like this motherfucker is God and shit. and really, it's not even the fact that they were praising Spence. They were just praising PBC.
He called him Sprints.
Hey, I think my nigga Bleak made that shit up, man. That shit.
He called him Sprints.
Shout out to Bleak, man. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
But yeah, these dudes, it wasn't like the fact they were just praising on Spence, right? It was all about the PBC, and I was like, damn, these dudes are riding the PBC nuts. It's like they can't, like the PBC can't do no wrong or something. Because when they started shitting on Bud, I was like, man, I know these dudes are just all cat. You know what I'm saying? putting out narratives just so they could get new subscribers and shit. So when I saw your joint, I was like, oh yeah, somebody finally standing up for Bud. So definitely that's what brought me over to your channel and whatnot.
Appreciate that, Bo. Yeah, man. I'm still waiting on them niggas to call my name, man. I don't think nobody can call my name out.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how I found you, E3. I was
go ahead.
and I'm gonna say the guy name because he shouted you out on his channel. It was I think it's called Talk Your Shit or Talk Shit Sports TV because he was doing the same thing basically. He was talking about how Errol ducking Bud and he was like I'm just getting started, but y'all go check out and that's when he says your name. I'm like, all right, let me check this shit out. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
He's a foreign. He a foreign though. I think he like he sound like he a black dude, but he sound like he might be English or from the UK or whatever. But I mean, the dude nice, man. The dude, Nah, the dude nice.
Big.
The dude nice. Yeah. But yeah, he shouted you out, and that's how I found you.
Damn. Okay.
So she.
I had no idea.
Yeah, man, it's funny, man, that y'all say that, man. It's just that all right, we heard the Bud interview, right? So
Yes.
is it, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, is it fair to say that Bud was talking about the YouTube community when he said what he said about the support system that we got, period? Or did you guys feel it was different? Do you feel he was talking about the YouTube?
It's true.
Well,
That's true, B-Mac.
No. Yeah. I'm just saying that y'all feel like he was talking about the YouTube community, right?
I tell you right now, when I heard it at first, that was kind of one of the first things that came to my mind. Like, man, initially I felt like, God damn, man, is he talking about us as black people in general? Because I've gone, listen, I'll be the first one to say, and I've caught flack for it. I've gone on some of the so-called channels y'all were talking about and stood up for Bud. And they know it. They know who I am, and they know I'm a diehard Bud fan. And they know I'm always going to stand by him because that's one of my favorite fighters. So I don't make a secret about it and I don't front about it. So initially when I heard it, I was kind of taken aback, like, damn, but it's a lot of us out here, that do support you, that didn't want to see you get fucked over by Bob Arum like this. Granted, he was making his guaranteed money, but legacy wise, I feel like Bob didn't place him in the right positions properly. And I feel like Al Heyman wasn't going to allow him to build his legacy the way that he wanted to off of his company and his fighters, so I know Bud has been up against it, but looking at it now, I think that was more so directed at the YouTube community. And from what I'm hearing, because I'm in my own little bubble, but from what I'm hearing, there aren't a lot of channels that support him, unfortunately.
And that's exactly my point, because I feel that Bud was talking to the YouTube community. He even said it with, in his interview, that's what basically he was saying. And then you have a YouTuber with probably one of the biggest fucking boxing channels out there. And his fucking whole narrative and title is that Bud talks down on y'all as black people. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
You see what I'm saying? So, no, and I'm like, motherfucker, no, he's not talking down on us. He's talking down on you.
Yeah, the Aerosexuals, man.
Yeah, the actual content creator. He's not talking down on us. He's talking down on you. You know what I'm saying? And all he did was flip it, and there you go. You got all the people that subscribe to it, they roll with another fucking narrative, man. That's the problem.
But remember, B-Mac, he gave us a prelude to that. Like I say, when he at the Maurice Hooker fight. Remember, they both were talking. He was like, man, I read it all too. So I mean, man, they got their ear to the streets, man. But here's the deal. I mean, I think all y'all agree with me. If Bud was on, the PBC side or whatever, man, they wouldn't be shitting on him like this. They wouldn't be doing that.
I agree.
That's why I say, man, they just, they fans of a certain promotion, man.
The sad part.
Hold on, y'all. Not to cut nobody off, man. We got Leroy Plummer live on the chat with the Black Picasso, who is an Errol Spence supporter. Go ahead, bro.
I was just waiting there to get done. Y'all finished it? Y'all finished it?
Yeah, I mean the floor is yours, my brother. Go ahead. You said you wanted the link. You on here now. Go ahead.
Ah man, I ain't really got too much to say, man. You know, I'm happy. I know you hear me laugh. I'm happy, man.
Oh, you happy? Go ahead.
E3 is that Big Fish, bro? Is that Big Fish
General
cousin or
Big
something?
Fish
I don't
Jr.
know, bro.
Hey, I love
Okay.
the tattoo. Hey,
That nigga
I
said,
love
I'm
the new
happy.
tattoo. I love it. I love the
Hey,
new tattoo he got, man.
ain't
What
nothing
you so
wrong with
happy
tattoo.
about? What you so
So you
happy
love
about?
that the biggest fight ain't being made? The biggest fight ain't being made. You love you happy with that?
Nah, I ain't even happy about that. But nah, look, all jokes
Okay.
aside though, not for real though. Look, I ain't when I first seen the interview, I was like on some kind of like I kind of felt like that was it, but then I don't know because it is kind of weird. I get what y'all saying, okay. But man, I guess you could say he been switching up his words and stuff, saying all kinds of stuff. I mean, it is kind of odd for him to say that, but I mean, we as fans, we don't know what be going on though, and I ain't gonna say him and Errol don't communicate outside of Boston. I ain't gonna say they don't text, but they could have been texting for years. We just don't be knowing what's going on behind closed doors. They could have been talking about the fight, anything for years. We just don't know. So I mean, it's hard. I guess it's hard to say, but I mean, everybody got their own opinion about the situation. But me personally, I ain't gonna say that Bud wasn't telling the truth, and I ain't gonna say he was. Okay, from his actions, I guess you can make it look like he been going around just like I said. He went to the ocean talking about, yo, Eric, where you at? You the big fish? Where your whole ass at? Like he was doing that a couple months ago, but now he's saying that he already knew the Ugas fight was signed basically when him and Porter got in there. I guess he already knew the Ugas fight was going on. So it was like hard to do all that unless he was trying to do that to make his name big and promote the Earl fight or something. But
That's what I think.
yeah,
I think he's trying to keep relevance about it because he was improperly promoted, and
yeah,
now that he's a free agent, he kind of has to do shit like that now. Who's going to promote him?
yeah, that is a good point. That's what I was thinking too. Like that's what I was thinking. Like maybe because after y'all can't even lie. When after he beat Porter, Bud name, I mean his name's still hot, but that man like for weeks, that man name was hot. So of course he had to do so to keep his name high. He went to the ocean calling them bitches and everything, calling Earl out and all kind of stuff.
But this is
And
the
hosting
thing,
stuff.
though, not to cut you off,
Oh
bro.
no, you good.
His name been hot in these YouTube streets. Every fucking other
Right.
video is about Terence
Right.
Crawford, whether he
Yeah.
do interviews or not.
Yeah.
And the man barely even talk, honestly. But go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, you good. Yo, I mean, yo, that is true. And just like what y'all was talking about, cause on Twitter, like even after the Porter fight, you know, Bud he was posting all kind of stuff on Twitter, talking about where you at, like, you know, calling Earl out and all kind of stuff. And for Bud to sit there and say that yesterday that his team, they already knew the Ugas fight was signed like a while ago, like they already knew about that. They had me thinking like maybe after the Porter fight, he was doing all that, you know, to just like bro was saying, to keep him and Earl fight relevant, like to keep the name. I mean, the fight gonna be, it gonna be relevant to I feel like probably until the beginning of next year. Then people gonna be like, man, I don't care about this fight no more. Like, I feel like it's gonna be like that until about the beginning of next year. Cause I mean,
so let me ask you this: so you think they may be like behind the scenes in cahoots on some cahoots type shit? Like this is their way of promoting the fight?
I guess you could say it like that, but then again, Earl, he really ain't been saying that lately. Like
he ain't said shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like he really ain't been saying that about the fight. He just been saying like undisputed, like keep quiet, like all kinds of like that. I'm the big feel. Like he really ain't saying about the fight, really. But I mean, he been saying stuff like don't take my side for weakness, stuff like that. But I guess it's hard for us to agree with that. But then again, like I mean,
well, you can't look past Ugas. Ugas ain't no hoe, man.
Ugas ain't run over. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't run over.
Excuse me, yo.
But I feel like Ugas like I feel like he the perfect. I ain't trying to say tune-up because we all know he tune-up, but I feel like he like the perfect fight. The brain, like you think about it. If Earl lose this fight, it was meant to be. If he win the fight, it's meant to be like it's situation it's a win-lose situation. Like I feel like if you go out there and lose in a close fight, it wouldn't hit time. It just Ugas time.
They're a rematch clause. Y'all believe that?
Oh yeah.
Even if you do
Oh
I
yeah.
like,
mean, hey, do they do rematch clauses within the same promotional company?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, Al
What you
Heyman do whatever
mean?
the
What
hell
you
he
mean,
want
bro?
over there.
Because a lot of times when you have rematch clauses, it's usually because it's a cross promotion.
Well, I'm pretty sure Earl gonna have a rematch clause.
even
Oh,
if they
hell
do a
yeah.
rematch, it's still like I don't think him and Bud fight still gonna be hot. But think about it though, if he do lose to Ugas, that might make him definitely want that Bud fight. If he rematch and beat Ugas, then he gonna be thinking like, oh nah, I got something to prove.
Hey, I wonder why everybody keeps saying when the fight after the Bud had the fight with Sean Porter and then he called him out in the ocean, looking for the big fish. Why they keep mentioning the fact that he said he knew about the fight. They just paid step aside money to Stanley Jonas. Ukas was in the contract already to sign to fight the WBA mandatory, right?
Facts.
Right.
So I mean, that's kind of irrelevant. Like, I mean, that ain't nothing to even be said because it show you that you even more of a duck. You willing to pay more money when Terrence is free. Like, come on,
Again,
man.
man, the
Let's make
truth
it.
not sexy. Again,
And
the
not
truth
to
ain't sexy.
mention, right after the fight, Spence went silent on social media.
Yeah.
Right after
That
Which
nigga
ain't
went
like
zero.
him.
That nigga went
Which
zero
ain't
dark
like
30.
him.
He
Oh
did
no,
that
no,
shit
no.
LeBron be doing whenever it's the playoffs. You know,
Mhm.
LeBron don't do. He don't tweet his shit. Yeah, that's what Earl did.
Yeah, but he did say people take your silence for weakness.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let me ask y'all this. All right, so do y'all personally feel like the Ugas fight was already in discussion as soon as the Porter fight got announced for Bud, or do y'all feel like that happened? I mean, do y'all feel like that happened after the Porter fight?
After.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It definitely happened. It definitely happened after. But the thing is, why wouldn't you try to go straight for Bud? You know, Bud free. Ugas was tied up. He was in the tournament.
Yeah.
Yo, I
Yep.
tell you what it was. Spence was sitting in that seat praying that Sean Porter was going to win that fight.
That's all it was.
And
Yeah,
Sean Porter would have won that
Absolutely.
fight. Spence would have gotten the ring, but like, oh, let's make it happen again. But once he
It wasn't just
realized
Spence,
Terence
though.
Crawford, you know what I'm saying? Like how E Thriller said, put that man to sleep experts.
Yeah.
That motherfucker just hightail out the fucking arena.
It wasn't just Spence though. It was all Spence fans and all the people on YouTube talking about, yeah, we want to see him fight Sean Porter. Like, y'all keep putting 4 roadblocks in the way, and then he keep knocking them down. And then y'all
Down and
Yeah,
out.
man. They put everybody in front of Bud, man, just because they want to keep him away from Spence. But fellas, man, we've been on this bitch for like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and wrap this show up, man. I got to get in here with this baby. Closing thoughts. I'm going out the bowl first.
Hey, thanks for having me on as usual. And definitely nice talking to everybody on the panel. Much respect. Peace.
Appreciate that, Bo. T, closing thoughts, my brother.
Hey, bro. Just good to get on here and talk, man. I always appreciate the non-biased narrative, even though we support Bud. We're also able to talk about certain things that he may say that we have concerns about and elaborate, and even have the Spence fans on here as well. And be respectful. Shout out to General Big Fish and the big bro B Mac, UE, and everyone else on the panel.
appreciate you, fam.
Salute, T. I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy.
All
Bleak,
the time.
closing thoughts, my brother.
Hey man, I'm just glad to be back on with everybody. It's good to chop it up with everybody. And hopefully after this Ugas Spence fight, we can make something happen.
I agree, fam. I appreciate you for pulling up. Miles Plummer, it's on you, bro. Closing thoughts.
Nah, I wish I would have got on earlier, man. I've been in here working out, man. But yeah, same what y'all was saying. Like, hopefully we can get this fight by either July or if not July, by the end of the year. But yeah, if Errol get past Ugas, I mean, I don't see what's the point of not making the fight. I mean, it's the only fight left, really. But yeah, I'm out.
Appreciate that, my brother. D-Town Blaster, closing thoughts, kind sir.
All right, man, appreciate y'all. Enjoy y'all as usual. And off topic, real quick, E3. Two quick things, man. You know they putting your boy Undertaker into the Hall of Fame, and I know that's off topic, but that's something we got to talk about. So he going to Hall of Fame finally, and they saying Stone Cold might come out in April for WrestleMania. What you think about that?
Oh man, where is that gonna be at?
I want to say it might be here again. I want to say it might be here.
Stone Cold coming back, bro, I gotta go to that.
You damn right.
Wow.
But yeah, appreciate y'all as usual, man. As I always enjoy y'all, man, and shit. Hope everybody enjoy their evening.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, D-Town. Mosquito spray, it's on you, big bro. Closing thoughts.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on E3. Nice coming up, fellas. And real quick, I didn't get to answer the question earlier about when Crawford was talking about the black community or whatever. I didn't really read too deep into it, man. Actually, my eyes lit up and I was laughing. I thought he was just strictly taking a shot at the alphabet boys and the aerosexuals.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was happy to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Really.
Aerosexuals. Exactly.
Yeah, good chopping up the man. I have to leave.
Shit, he took a shot at Lenore. That's what it was.
Oh man, he the worst.
Hit to the heart, right?
The worst, man. God, man. And let me go to my brother, man, the Mac Mob, aka the Undertaker, who is going into the Hall of Fame according to D-Town.
I know that's right.
My brother.
Hey, thank you, man. I want to shout out, man, to everybody on the panel, man. My man T's Boxing, man. My man Bowling Understanding, man. Go subscribe to both of those guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And support them, man. My brother Mosquito Spray. D-Town Blaster, man. Much love, man. I appreciate the Cash App, man. One love, man, to you, man. Miles Plummer, man, for stepping up, man. Everybody in the chat, man. The ladies included, man. Yes. I appreciate that, man. Y'all coming out, man. Y'all go subscribe up, man, to the Mac Mob, man. That's THEMACKMOBB, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna push out some more content and some more lives, man. And to my brother, man, the motherfucking Black Picasso, E-Thriller. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe to my man E to continue to get this fire live and these fire algorithms up, man, so we can go ahead and raise this channel like the rest of them goddamn channels are. You understand me? Yes, so, sir. Man, y'all appreciate, man, all the love and support, man, from everybody out there, man. I thank y'all, man. One love, man. Y'all be safe, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up on your boy E-Thriller, the Black Picasso, on the panel tonight. Shout out to everybody that got it in the chat, man. Whether we agree or disagree, it's always fun talking boxing, basketball, or whatever in between with y'all, man. We all fam around here. Shout out to my nigga D-Town Blaster for that new cash out, bro. I really appreciate it. He said woo, 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 woo. Already, D-Town. I appreciate that, fam. Hey, man, and just like that, we gone. Until next time. Holla.
The Black Picasso cleaning up the sport of boxing, speaking facts over the gossip. Haters all up in the comments. I ain't here to be liked, but smash that like and noti button. We don't sugarcoat nothing, just healthy boxing discussions. E-Thriller, painting these pictures oh so vivid. Applying Duke, Coach K, that straight full court pressure. Only God could judge me, so tell these chumps ducking smoke. Remember one thing that the boxing guys don't like: ugly. Shut out Big Fish and everybody that joins the panel. For all my new supporters, sub to the channel. Like Floyd say, it's easy work. That bait jab with that left hook send them straight to sleep. Experts, we the experts. We never sugarcoat. Tune in to Black Picasso. Sit back, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.